To be live. Let me set up my phone as a monitor. Did the bot do its thing? Maybe, maybe not.
And now, ASMR with Cody.
Are we doing on Dolphins?
Yep, okay, we are live. I gotta put an announcement up, and then we'll roll the
Oh,
intro.
you're live. I'll get out of here.
Alright.
This is without equal but not Beaver.
This is Beaver Beatdown.
This is Beaver down. Okay. Looks like they've had a slight roster change since I watched.
Yeah, so our ZGG lineup is slightly different than the lineup we're planning on running in the future.
Okay.
Basically, ZGG roster technically still has the Bully and Traxon as starters who did not have their ranked games in this week.
Okay.
But it kind of works because Coffee and Noble are probably going to be our starters of the future.
Okay.
So it's going to be a really hard matchup tonight, but I do genuinely think we have a chance. I mean, I did this draft, so I'm going to be partial, but I do think that it is. I think I drafted against. We knew what they wanted to do was just dive bot on repeat.
Okay. Yeah, they definitely have a comp set up to do that very nicely. The top half of the map, especially, very strong for hard engage. But you have the Ezreal Braum, so that should mitigate it. I liked what I saw from Coffee on tanks.
Yeah, Coffee's really good. I want him to 1v1 you because he went 2-2 against me in a variety of different matchups, and he is a Darius main, which I know is your least favorite thing.
Yeah, yes it is.
But I think he's a pretty good player. So draft on our side. Actually, I'll just send you the pro draft link.
I have it on the stream, and I've got the spectator delay as well, so I can see.
Cool. So let me.
I would say team fight wise, it sure looks like I don't know who Beaver Beatdown's playing. It's like the side does have it because they have a good combination of dive and pick potential Ash Morgana. But I would say you have a really good amount of disengagement on the side of really helpful.
We knew they wanted to dive bot. Going into this, that's kind of their strategy. So a big thing was and I mean they first picked Nocturne, which gave me a pretty good idea of that was going to be the plan.
Yeah, that would definitely.
I tried to
Azure Fire. I'm pretty sure I just played against him Platinum.
Yeah, you played against someone. You played against. I think it's the same ADC and mid lane on the Platinum team.
Okay. Yep.
Maybe top lane. Shift. I don't know if you played against Indigo or not.
No, I played against no, starts with an S. It's the guy we talked about.
Oh, Sybil?
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so I think it's going to come down to execution because I feel like we outscale pretty hard, which should
yeah, as long as the Nocturne doesn't really get rolling, I think you outscale. Obviously, you have the Ezreal, who's probably I don't know about the Malzahar Galio feels fairly even. Set's gonna to about 3 items. Malkaio's.
Yeah. Let me close the door real quick. I'll be right back.
That's good. The Unsealed Spellbook Malzahar is a nice adaptation. That'll be pretty helpful. Galio. The one thing I do worry a little bit about the side of Beatdown is they really don't have a super start fights, and they probably won't have to because they'll probably be taking to them. But other than the Maokai ult or a flash
Alright.
W, I don't
I'm
see
back.
I don't see a super good way for right now. And again, fortunately, they probably won't have to because the other team will be coming to them. But if they do get ahead and they want to start making plays, it becomes a little bit more difficult. So is this another version of Imperial that
Yes.
they're playing against tonight? Okay.
Yeah, so they have a, from what I understand, they have a gold and a platinum roster in ZGG. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, the support is newer for them. I don't think it's the same one they've had all season.
Okay.
So, let's see. Okay. Just gonna put the scoreboard on. Let the directed camera do its thing. I tried to memorize which hotkeys take you to which champion.
Is it just the F keys? Can't you just do F1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Or does that not work in the spectate mode?
I know that's what it is in game, but at least for I think at least for blue side it's just the regular 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
And I think red side is your Q keys. Yeah.
Nice ward destroy there. Spot out the invade. But good counter ward on the red buff.
Yeah. So this new roster does a lot of things that I like. They have more synergy, it feels like, than the old one, and the comms are a lot better.
Okay.
I mean we're 2-5 and they're 6-1, so we definitely entered the night as underdogs.
Okay.
But I feel like stylistically we stand an okay chance because from what I've been told, their top laner is sort of a weak point, and I think Coffee is very good. And
That would make sense. Unfortunately, they stuck him on a champion that it doesn't necessarily matter if he's ahead or behind by too much. Malphite's going to pretty much do the same thing regardless.
Yeah, we could have put the set top, and we could have flexed at top, and the main thing we were debating on grabbing the Darius early, but I kind of wanted to get the bot lane first.
Did they ban the Darius second phase?
They did.
Okay. It's not a huge surprise.
Yeah.
I think I would have liked to see the set top in this particular, just because I think he has such a huge advantage on an immobile tank like the Malphite. I think that would have been a hard winning lane.
Yeah.
Now Maokai does fine into it, especially with the sustain difference, but
yeah, he said that Grass Maokai would allow him to really bully the Malphite, so we're kind of counting on that, because I feel like if we can turn top lane into a pressure vacuum, we'll be able to pull the attention off of bot lane, which is why I drafted bot lane such a safe, disengagey composition.
Gotcha. That makes sense. That was a good level 2 trade. Took advantage of pushing the wave to get his ability first. That should give him control of the wave for a while. We'll have to see if Nocturne wants to be up there. I like the move by Exile here, Roman to the top jungle.
Yeah, so he's using his top lane priority here, as well as the knowledge that set clears are very healthy. My slight concern...
His W... Oh, he misses the W. That's a problem.
He might still win this.
Flash for flash.
He's
Galio's here.
Yeah, he should
Flash
die
from
here.
Maokai.
Yeah.
That was unfortunate because he didn't have mid lane priority, so the Galio was able to move in quicker.
Yeah, it was a little greedy. He should have traded flash for flash with the Nocturne and just got.
He did cancel at least one auto attack on that flash, so I do believe that he have been able to pull that off just a little bit better and get that solo kill. But
yeah.
overall, I think a good response from Imperial.
Yeah. Let's see, an all in.
It's a good trade with the electrocute on the Galio. Interesting to see electrocute. I would normally expect to see aftershock.
Yeah, tells you they're looking for that lane priority. Making sure that he can get favorable trades off in the mid lane. Exile going for this bot side scuttle. He's going to be seen by
I
the
don't know if
Ash
he can do
Arrow.
that. He definitely does not have priority in either lane right now.
Yeah, he's backing off, which is the right call here. Currently down 2 camps. We'll have an opportunity.
Unfortunately. Is he going mid? No. I'm sorry, that's Galio.
Yeah.
Alright. Maokai going to get a deep ward. Good. I like to see that out of top laners. A little bit of proactivity.
Yeah, so based on map state is objectively fine. Down 1,000 gold early. You never want to see that, but
You don't, but when you have the scaling advantage, like I think we believe this comp does, it's not the end of the world. Bot lane is farming up decently well against what can be a somewhat oppressive lane.
yeah. And that's the thing too, is they did counterpick the Braum with Morgana, so our 2v2 bot lane will be a little weak, but it's more about not giving up more than we have to than it is actually
Gotcha.
hard winning. And I think honestly the fact that Ezreal hasn't had to use any biscuits yet or anything is a good sign as to how that lane's going for us.
It is. No, there definitely, it doesn't appear to be, well, as I say it, there's the binding, but it looks like they hadn't been getting hit by many skill shots to this point.
Yeah.
Looks like Nocturne might be looking for an early dragon here.
Wouldn't surprise me. He's got the priority to do it. Yep, bot lane's
Definitely does bot lane roads up.
I kind of like the move to go for the scuttle here, because sort of assuming that for the majority of this game, Nocturne will be on the bottom side of the map.
No.
A single Infernal Dragon early is not going to be a deal breaker in most cases, so feels a little
I'm also impressed with, I'm sorry, go ahead.
as I say, feels a little bad just to lose an early neutral, but
It does, but again, when you're talking about scaling, especially when you have the priority in the lanes that that Imperial does, I don't think you can be too disappointed with the outcome.
also, speaking of, Galio Roman bot here does have access to the ultimate. See what he chooses to do.
There was no vision on him, but it looks like they called off the play anyway. Nocturne is probably getting close to 6, I would have to guess.
Yeah.
So they might be wanting to wait until they have double ultimates before they go for that dive.
Yeah. And honestly, the bot lane of Beaver Beatdown is pretty much doing what they're supposed to as far as respecting the dive. And I feel like diving an Ezreal Braum with full sums is going to be difficult.
Will be. Oh, there's the ultimate double combo.
Nocturne looking for the gank top lane with the Galio. We'll see if Maokai can walk this one out. He's not.
It was a decent attempt with the W, but he ended up going too far forward and he wasn't able to.
Directed camera is really not doing me any favors.
I know, I'll tell you what.
Oh, I see what I was doing. I had it locked onto a player. That's my fault.
Oh.
Scuff
That's
stream.
unfortunate.
Unlucky. So,
Well, that's 2 kills for the Nocturne early, though, which definitely doesn't feel too good.
yeah.
It's gonna make things
interesting
easier.
switch up them going for the top side. I think Beaver Beatdown probably did not expect that based on the game state, but both sums blown as well for the Maokai. Using the TP
Trade in the mid lane.
Priority. Electrocute proc will go off.
That's good damage back with the E, though.
Yeah,
That ended up being a very nice trade for Noble.
It's fortunate timing of the E there. Galio going for the snare will land.
Good poke. Set hasn't been too active in this early game as far as ganks go.
Yep. That was a hard
Good use of
roll.
the spellbook there to get the heal.
Yep. We'll be taken low. And continue to look for that priority. Nocturne not yet having access to that ult. Have to think that when he does, actually could look mid here very reasonably. Both top laners now having access to Cinderhulk. To see how that changes the matchup.
Definitely have the first Bombi Cinder. That's a good use of the Nocturne ultimate.
Called it from a mile away. Low HP, immobile champion. Not a whole lot you can do there.
Definitely doesn't feel too good. It's a decent
Maokai
trade by
taking an
Maokai.
advantageous trade, making use of the sapling in the bush.
I must say I'm a little bit surprised that the CS discrepancy is a little bit surprising to me for that lane. I feel like Maokai should have a little bit better push early.
Yeah,
But
I find depending on the rune setup, it can be hard to CS on Maokai. I always take attack.
That's true as
I always
well.
take an attack speed
Yeah,
thing.
I love taking attack speed secondary on tanks. It just feels a lot better.
Makes the auto animations a lot cleaner.
He's making good use of the passive and grass procs though.
Yeah.
So far, and he has seen some jungle attention, so it's.
Yeah, I feel like
Definitely.
Comet Malphite into another tank is
It's not ideal, especially not one with sustained like Maokai has.
Yeah. Let's see.
Now, what is Maokai running as a secondary runes here? I'm not able to see from the stream.
Actually don't know if I can tell. I don't think we can.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think if you know what, I might be able to click over on the actual champion. I can. Let's see what he's got.
We're actually gonna go ahead and Set will get collapsed on, but we'll also get the Rift Trail. That's a flash forward from the Nocturne. We'll force.
Was
the
he able to?
flash.
He did get the eye as well, so that's.
Yeah. So.
That's an okay trade at this stage in the game. If he can use it to get some plate money, then that will definitely help out some of his laners who are struggling a bit here.
Yeah. Only problem is Malzahar no longer has access to the flash, and he is getting chunked out pretty hard by the Electrocute Galio in the mid lane.
Yeah, the trades are going very well for Galio right now. He just doesn't have the wave push that he wants.
Yeah.
Galio kind of has complete lane control, which is
Yeah.
never what you want to be as a Malzahar. You want to have lane push. It's kind of the only way you.
Yeah. Malzahar is So Malzahar losing out on the mid lane pressure, and Nocturne ult is coming up as the dragon is about to spawn, so you have to wonder if that's gonna lead up to some sort of play happening bot lane.
Yeah, it looks like they may look for a dive bot. I would say that would be the right call.
Yeah. All mid and jungle have ultimates up on the side of Imperial, so we'll have to see. Yeah. Alright, looks like they're just gonna go ahead and start up the Drake. We'll see if Beaver Beatdown feels comfortable approaching, but I think the smart...
I wouldn't. Yeah, at this point, I think you give it up, and they're going for some pressure mid lane, which I think is a decent call. Oh, they dropped the Herald too. That might be a little bit bold.
It's a little greedy because obviously the
good ult from Set, but
yeah.
not enough. There's too many collapsing from Dragon to really get much off of that.
Did end up taking the Nocturne low, but just a little greedy to push up when you know that they have the long distance engage like that.
And Maokai's in no man's land here. This is not looking good.
Yeah, and this is the exact part of the game where it can really start to get away from you if you're not careful with how you stem the bleeding.
Yeah, the Nocturne with 100% KP right now. 4-0-3 with a good amount of CS. He's going to be a terror now. It's going to be very difficult to deal with him, especially when he has the protection of a Galio Malphite that are going to be diving with him.
Yeah.
Bot lane CS is very close. It does look like Imperial has leads across the board in the CS department, but bot lane is the closest for sure. Should be getting close to that mana immune. So if you're if you are Beaver Beatdown right now, what are you looking for in terms of when are they looking for being able to fight? What's their game plan moving forward from here?
I think you pretty much have to just work around cooldowns on this from Imperial, because you don't win a fight if they have all their ults, because we talked about how they have a very level 6 oriented composition. What I would have liked to see, even though it might not have been particularly easy, would be to give some extra attention to the bottom lane when we knew that the Galio and Nocturne ults were down. Malzahar unfortunately going to face check the Nocturne here. Should be a free kill of Nocturne, but he does have the Set backing him up. Looks like he may...
Oh, the W! Nice, that's a huge shutdown.
That's a huge shutdown. Galio will get the taunt onto the Malzahar, but will also take him down subsequently. Set's a pretty strong duelist, but I don't think he can take that. Actually, nice all in from the support on the bot side. We'll force out the Ashe Flash. I'm sorry, I'm kind of...
Oh, that's a greedy fight for Vision.
He misses the W. Fight. He's going to miss the W again. And
oh, teleport comes in to save him though. Excellent from Coffee. I like to see that.
That's smart. That's a big shutdown. That's a big shutdown on Galio if they can get it. Looks like they will land the stun. That's going to cut the taunt channel short, and I think that's big gold going over to the Ezreal. Coffee's going to actually pop the blast plant to get away.
Everybody's low.
Long range engage. There's a chance here. So you're saying there's a chance.
Ezreal can pump out the damage. They've got a chance to win
They
this.
need to
Malzahar flanking! Oh, that's an excellent stun, but I think Malzahar can clean this up.
I don't know if Malzahar has ult is the issue. Don't think he does. He's actually going to get collapsed on by the Malphite here. He's going to use the ult on the Morgana. Nocturne going to be able to come in here and just clean it up. A little bit of...
That's greedy. But he's going to... Looks like he'll get out. Nope, that's a kill. Oh, the Triumph proc.
Yep, Triumph proc will keep him alive there. Ultimately, it's had potential to be positive for Beaver Beatdown. Definitely an overextension and collecting some bounties there helps. Would have liked to see, what I would have liked to see is when the Braum passive went on the Morgana, if they had just focused her down.
Yeah, it felt like the Ezreal was trying to stay a little bit out of the fight. He stayed a little bit too far out of range. I feel like if he commits a little bit harder than that, they might be able to clean up a couple more kills.
Yeah. It's hard to say because obviously the last thing you want is to just get hit by a snare and get DPS'd, but...
No, this is very true. But at this point in the game, I feel like there's some risks have to be taken.
Yeah.
Another good trade by the Galio.
Yeah, Electrocute...
This just feels bad as a Malzahar right here.
Yeah, Electrocute Galio really putting in work. He does not have any resistances yet besides the added MR from his passive. He's going to
flash engage, and that's a beautiful solo kill.
Looking for the solo kill. Jungle is there. He's going to ult backwards onto the Nocturne of all things. We'll see if he's maybe able to land a suplex to get out of there. Malphite will be coming down to help. That's
a beautiful Maokai flank.
Beautiful Maokai flank. Going to turn that into at least an even exchange. Signs of life here from Beaver Beatdown. Braum going to put up the shield, try and tank this up, but that is a lot of DPS coming out from the bot lane of Imperial, and Ezreal's just going to have to stand by and watch his support die.
That was a little bit greed going for trying to protect his pink ward there, I believe.
Yeah.
And
if Ezreal had ult up, I could see it just because the Braum, if he can put his shield up early, can tank a lot of damage while the Ezreal does good DPS. But Ashe also having the Bork, it puts her at a very strong point in the game.
Yeah, and I think the not fully stacked Manamune and even with the Sheen just isn't enough to compete with that at this point.
Yeah.
I like the Abyssal Mask first item from the Malphite here.
Yeah.
He's got two AP solo laners.
Interesting fight here on the top side. Malzahar going to go ahead and drop the ult. He will have a chance at this one, however unlikely. Malphite will get the kill. Looks like he will stay alive. Focus on the
I actually feel that the Sunfire Cape, the fact that Malzahar was ulting in melee range actually might have killed him. I think the Sunfire Cape burn ended up doing a lot more damage.
Yeah, going to have to give up another dragon, which is going to put them on soul point.
Cloud Drake too, that's pretty strong for a team that's got a couple of good tanks and a Nocturne.
I think the mid lane counter pick is really causing trouble here for going in Imperial's favor against Beaver Beatdown. Again, still, I'll flip over to the gold graphs real quick. Biggest gold discrepancy does appear to be in the solo lanes, actually, with the Malphite being about 2,000 gold behind Maokai being 2,000 gold behind the Malphite. Malzahar almost 3,000 gold behind the Galio. Jungle difference is only about 1,000 gold due to the fact that Set has been picking up a lot of these kills.
And the shutdowns, which is just as important.
And ADC, looks like Set might get caught out here again. Again, tough for Set being a low mobility champion. Well, suplex.
I really like the way Exile's been using those Set ults. He's been either pulling champions backwards to save himself and get out of turret range, or he's been dodging skills like the Galio ult.
Yeah, and that's
it's unfortunate that he's so far behind, but I do like the way he's been playing it.
Yeah, that was the thing I noticed in that last exchange, is while ultimately it was spell shielded, which you do hate to see, it at least took him out of the danger. Again, 9,000 gold lead on the side of Imperial. Should be fairly simple for them to close it out at this point. This is kind of where their comp wants to come alive as well in the mid game with the Galio, with a Fed Nocturne, with a Malphite that's pretty far ahead, and an Ashe to kind of help start it off.
Yeah, they can honestly run almost a 1-3-1 where you split off the Galio and the Nocturne into side lanes, and then everybody just converges when the lanes push out. I wonder if that's what they're going to go for.
Yeah.
Brahm's a little far forward here. I think he was trying to get some vision down. See if he can make it out.
Yep. Galio with the passive on him. Not going to get proc.
Ooh, good flash.
Yeah. Nocturne's going to have to flash to follow. We'll see if he's able to do anything about it. Nocturne going to get taken low. Ignite will be active, but will not take him down. Galio going all the way in. Exile going to get taken down immediately on the set. The Ashe.
Nice Malphite. Nice Malzahar ult.
Yeah, nice Malzahar ult, but they will be able to flash to safety. Maokai doing what he can, but ultimately will not be enough as Galio picks up a double kill. Malphite just flashes after the Ezreal, just going to run him down in the end. No doubt just waiting on that Q cooldown timer to get the ace.
That's just the power of a now almost 11,000 gold lead.
Yep. Definitely saw points where the fight could have gone better, but unfortunately a lot of nice individual plays as well. Nocturne being able to spell shield the
Braum ult.
yeah. It's kind of a
Agreed. I think there were some good plays on both sides.
kind of a funny
Were this a more even gold game, that might have been a more even fight, but as it was,
yeah,
I think was it 5-0?
Yeah, kind of, in my opinion, kind of interesting usage of the Herald to kind of create a way out, and eventually the Herald being active as they take down that tower. Base getting broken into, Imperial with now almost a 12,000 gold lead, and Dragon Soul up in about a minute and 30 seconds, getting pinged out by the side of Imperial, so we'll have to see what happens.
Yeah, I think they should take their bases after that fight. They already have pretty good vision on the map, but I think they need to move it more towards the top side from the Dragon Pit where it is now, and start setting up for that Baron. Would like to see some more pink words come out from the side of Beaver Beatdown. They don't have any on the map currently, and even just defensive vision might save some of these fights in their jungle, or at least allow them to possibly get some picks from some over-greedy Imperial members.
Looks like an accidental Ashe ult coming through there. I have to see if that cooldown ends up making a difference in this ensuing fight.
It is about only a minute at this point. We'll see if that ends up mattering, but that's a good point.
Yeah, so it's
Dragon spawning at 30 seconds, so it won't be up for that.
Ezreal will not have the mirror mana more than likely, as he is about 100 gold away from having that stacked up. Only 900 gold in inventory, so not quite enough to... assuming he's going for Triforce here, so in theory he could actually back and get a Phage if he wanted to, but...
You think Iceborne Gauntlet might be a better buy in this game, just with all of the... with the Nocturne almost sure to be diving on him when he gets the chance?
It depends, because I feel like he does have good peel. It depends on how afraid he is of the one shot. I mean, I definitely think there is a risk of getting one shot here. And it's a shame that Beaver Beatdown doesn't have vision, because if they knew that was only a 2-man on the Dragon, they might have played that situation differently. But that will be the Ocean Soul going over to Imperial.
That's a really smart play from Imperial. You send 2 members topside to keep control around the Baron.
Galio will come through on the follow-up. Let's see if they can get anything done here. Set will suplex the Nocturne back. Will proc the Braum passive. Gonna get the kill with the Haymaker. And it's at least a shutdown, but they're just... the beefy front line is just chasing down Beaver Beatdown. Ashe will collect the kill onto the Malzahar, and it's just Set left alive. You have to think this should be at least 2 inhibs, probably, if not the game.
Yeah, I would imagine they can close it out here. The gold lead is just too immense at this point.
Yeah.
The Ashe ult was back up in time for that fight. I wonder if they waited for it on purpose before the engage or not. Again, Exile played that fight pretty well considering the state of the game, but there's just not enough damage coming out, and this poor Malzahar just hasn't been able to really do anything.
Yeah, the what's the words I'm looking for here? Yep, they should be taking down the Nexus here shortly, and going to be game 1 going over to Imperial Esports in a fairly dominating fashion. So with that, I'm going to mute the stream, go check on the team chat.
Okay.
No, it was the
Wanted to-
Galio that roamed up on you, dropped his wave, and then
So-
at that point, once he gets level up, he can just
Yeah.
Q smash the wave in.
Yeah, so
And I don't
Yeah.
have
Alright.
the wave clear yet.
So plot
I'm
twist.
gonna,
They were
I'm
never.
gonna pose this as well
They were
to
actually
everyone,
never.
as I've already said, and to you introducing my feelings on that composition. I don't think your draft was horrible, but when we have to draft Ezreal, you can't just draft Ezreal because he's safe. You have to draft Ezreal with the win condition of him scaling mid to late, and we didn't have a jungler or a mid laner that could get us through the early game. So when they pick things that don't need to scale and spike at 6, then we immediately lose the game. Like, no matter what happens.
Yeah.
If we want to play Ezreal, we have to have something in the jungle that can match pressure early, like pre-6 or like at 6 with Nocturne, and then you have to pick a mid
know when to go live.
Yep, we are back. I'm going to go ahead and mouse over to the champion select layover. As we see back on the blue side, having side selection this time around. And move the logos around so it's accurate. So
Very interesting draft from both sides. I like the adaptations Beaver Beatdown made in the pick ban phase. I think the Nocturne was a pivotal part of the way Imperial ran the last game. So I like taking that away, as well as the safety of the Morgana. And what we see that it led to is a Varus Rakan bot lane for Imperial, which I think the Xayah denial was really nice in pick ban. And picking Rakan into Leona is a little bit of a surprise. For me, I feel like that's usually considered a counter matchup for Leona. So I think the first ban phase went really well. I'm not a huge fan of the Malphite into Urgot. I think Urgot, because of the max percentage HP damage that comes off of his passive shotgun legs, and Malphite being immobile, makes that a really difficult matchup. And I think Urgot has a lot of kill pressure, especially post 6. So I think it's going to be up to the set to keep pressure on that lane and make sure that Urgot doesn't snowball. Team fight wise, I think Beaver Beatdown has a fantastic comp, much easier to execute, whereas Imperial is looking to basically win with their individual players and take that leads into fights to come out ahead.
yeah, basically realized last game they didn't have any tools they could use to really fight with. So trying to draft them more team fight tools, so that regardless of what happens, they will at least have opportunities to be relevant. So
I really would have liked to see the set go top lane. When that Urgot showed in the second half of the pick phase,
yeah,
I really would have. I think set as a fine matchup into the Urgot.
really,
I do, because Urgot has a decent amount of burst damage, but set just pops his W and gives it all back.
yeah, because I had asked Coffee what he wanted, and he gave me a couple tank options.
I think the Malphite is really not a good matchup. Maokai is worse, but I really, that as a top laner, that is a rough matchup for the Malphite, and he's either going to have to, unless he plays it really well, he's either going to have to concede farm or he's going to give up kills.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes. The Rumble mid is a good team fight pick, but I don't know how I feel about that into the Cassiopeia.
Yeah. So the goal was to just have mid lane priority this game.
Okay. Well, Rumble definitely gets that the
Yeah.
first couple levels. Cassiopeia needs a couple
Exactly.
levels.
And we had the blind mid lane too.
Yes. No, that is true.
So-
Rumble was it still is a good pick, especially for team fights.
Yeah.
So we'll have to see, though. I do think Imperial Solar Langers, at least from the last game, showed to be stronger than those of Beaver Beatdown, and the champions that they've chosen for themselves allow them to abuse that advantage pretty well. So it'll be up to particularly Exile on the set, I think, to keep his laners safe, and hopefully if he can get at least one of them rolling, then you're going to have a much better chance in team fights. I would like to see him mid quite a bit. With the immobility on the Cassiopeia and having a strong early game champion like Rumble, I think getting an advantage mid lane would really be beneficial.
Yeah. Be curious to see how this one plays out, I think. I think it's all around just an easier to execute draft for Beaver Beatdown than last game.
I would 100% agree with that.
So hopefully that'll be a difference maker. As
One
well,
other thing that I really like... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say another adaptation is Raz is pretty good at Leona. That's why we drafted for him. I mean, we played for him twice on Tuesday. So with that in mind, went ahead and banned the Morgana because A, it did work for them last game, and B, it would give the Leona pretty much a favorable matchup into whatever they pick.
Yeah, I was just going to mention that the bot lane for Beaver Beatdown is much stronger, much more aggressive this game. I think they can create, as long as the Echo isn't camping down there really hard, I think, and of course there's a good chance he does because of the way Imperial plays. But I really like the Leona Xayah combo. There's a lot of CC, a lot of lockdown, and I wasn't a big fan of the enough protection.
Yeah.
So I think if you can lock down that Varus, you should be able to get kills on him decently quickly with that bot lane combo. So I think Beaver Beatdown has a much bigger advantage in the bot lane this time around.
All right,
Interesting to see the Conqueror
gonna
choice on Rumble
switch
mid.
to the in-game layout, as they are going to be in-game very soon here.
I still think Comet Rumble is better, even with Conqueror being a pretty good rune choice. I think the poke, especially on against a ranged mid laner, I really think the poke rune is going to be better. I think he'll get more value than the Conqueror rune. In team fights, it's possible that he gets more out of Conqueror, but he has to hit some pretty good ultimates to make it happen. So we'll see if that rune choice pays off. And we were talking about the Malphite. We were talking about the Malphite running Comet last game. It's much more viable into somebody like an Urgot than it is into another tank.
Yeah.
So I think that's a good decision as well. Other than that, pretty standard across the board. Surprised to see press the attack on Varus. I think lethal tempo is normally the rune of choice, but I think press the attack can be just fine. It's an early game, and what are you hoping to see out of both of these squads? What do you think is
So Sett is not known for ganking extremely well. So if he's going to gank, it's going to have to either come off of a flank that's going to take advantage of vision, or, I mean, quite possibly an invade as well. Or the lane, to me, that has the most setup CC pre-6 is probably the bot lane, because Leona, if she chains her abilities together, can give the Xayah time to get a root as well. So if they can lock down one of those targets long enough, I think the Sett can even buffer the Rakan out of his dash if he times his pullback correctly. So it'll be execution dependent, but I think the only lane he can play around early is the bot lane, so he may just farm till 6, or farm till Malphite has 6, and then see if they can do something with that. I think the Malphite pick here is obviously not going to be anything special in lane, but if they can move the Malphite around the map a little bit, and I think he'll be more impactful in those situations than the Urgot will. That is, assuming the Urgot doesn't get some massive individual lead, at which point he just runs away with the game.
Yeah, exactly. I would say I really did like the way Coffee used his teleport last game, so I think your idea of having him move around the map is a good one. I think that as soon as he hits 6, they should be looking for a play bot. Yeah. It is a little bit tough. You're right. I know I talked a little bit earlier about how I wanted to see Sett getting his solo lanes ahead, but without the setup CC, those ganks do become a lot more difficult.
Yeah, so
that's something I hadn't considered.
Yeah, so the way that you play a composition like this, in my opinion, is you're gonna have mid lane prio, you're probably not gonna have top lane prio. So what you can actually do is you can tell your bot and your mid lane to push up for priority. And yeah, my nephew is literally a noise machine. This is unfortunate.
I would guess that they're gonna look for early. I would hope that you'd look for early dragon prio then with that. Tell Coffee to play safe, farm it out as best he can, and play for 6, and then you get priority in your bot lane.
Yeah, so what I was going to say is you can take your lane priority mid and at least the potential game priority bot lane, and you can try and force the enemy team into the river and into fights in more neutral territory than in a lane, which is where having hard CC will matter slightly less.
You still have the Leona if you need it, though. I think you're right. I think forcing fights in river close to dragon, it gives Rumble has an advantage there because he can it's much easier for him to go melee. You have the lockdown from the Leona. You do have to watch out for the straight up damage coming out of the Cassiopeia and the Varus in those fights. And it'll be interesting to see how the echo paths as well. If I were him this game, I would be looking mid a lot, because I think you have Rumble, who's a relatively immobile mage, versus a Cassiopeia who has a lot of sustained damage. If he can get that W stun off, then Rumble's going to be in big trouble.
Yeah, they're creeping up on 5 minutes on the pause timer.
Was this a Beaver Beatdown pause?
I think so. I think it said Jungle Mike.
Okay. So looking towards later game, which team do you think has the better scaling overall? I think we've acknowledged that Beaver Beatdown has a better team fighting comp. But as the game scales towards 25-30 minutes, if it reaches that long, what champions do you start to worry about for both sides?
My main concern on the side of Imperial is just that a lot of their champions are dependent upon skill expression. Rakan, Cassio is very micro intensive. Rakan's very reliant on actually landing his abilities and stuff. Echo's kind of straightforward, but like actually getting an impactful stun and getting a flank off is not always the easiest thing to do. Whereas I feel like Beaver Beatdown just has to press their buttons. Malphite presses R, Rumble presses R, Leona presses R. When they dive the Xayah presses R. Like I feel like it's burden of execution is on Imperial, and as they showed last game, I mean they are fully capable of executing, but that may prove to be a difference maker in those late game situations.
Definitely agree with you there. Cassiopeia in particular is can be an absolute teamfight monster if she's prepared for it. But these team fights are going to be much more difficult for her because there's so much hard engage. You have the Malphite coming in, you have the Rumble coming in, you have potentially the Set ulting the Urgot into the backline. Just a lot of things that can go wrong for her very quickly.
Yeah, it's Muse versus pause time to see if I can find a way to turn the chat box off.
That would be nice. I haven't been able to explore the settings league enough.
I barely. I play I have a large monitor and I play in a kind of small window, which I know is weird, but that's just how I've always played, and I'm afraid to change.
Interesting. You don't play on a full. You play windowed?
I do play windowed, and I have a large monitor too, so it looks kind of funny.
I definitely have at least I used to have my client windowed. It was fairly small, but I always have played on a full screen. Just felt like I had more control, could see everything better. But I understand.
Actually, not even. I'm really not seeing.
Well,
I had a PC built not too long ago, so it's kind of nice. I can run full high graphics on everything, but.
Oh, that's cool. What? Give me the deets. What kind of specs?
The build's a couple years old, but it's an i7. I think it's 24 gigs of RAM. I think, if I remember correctly.
Oof, that's a lot.
GTX 1060.
Yeah.
Water cooled.
You overclocking it?
I think it is overclocked. I honestly, I'm not super literate with this stuff.
Okay.
So kind of had a friend give me a hand, and I haven't encountered a game that it can't handle yet. So
Nice.
from that perspective, it kind of does my job. And I think it's the kind of build that hopefully I won't have to mess with. Hopefully I won't have to mess too much with, like, keeping stuff up to date as it ages.
I don't think so. I have a lot of the same pieces. I have the 1060, and I think mine's only an i5. It's like an upper tier i5. But honestly, like, those parts should age really well. So I've had mine for about 4 years now, and it hasn't slowed down at all. So I'm very impressed. This is a heck of a pause for non-technical issue. Somebody using the restroom now? Is that what I just read?
Is that what it was?
Looks like the Rakan's in the restroom right now.
Okay, well, fair enough. Got my water. I'm gonna wait until after this game to drink my sorrows away. I don't remember if our diamond team is currently being streamed.
Definitely should let us know if they are. I love watching free Wi-Fi play. They very good as a team. Are there any penalties to worry about with pause time in this league, or?
I think it's a 10-minute pause timer for each side, so it kind of works that the Reason bounced over to Imperial.
Okay.
To see.
Hey, here
Is
we
that-
go.
is that a ready
About to
check?
get back into the action.
Hey, there it is, folks. And there it
We're
is.
gonna have to get better at our banter. That was a long 10 minutes.
Dude, honestly, that's a good point. I was gonna say something.
It's hard. It's hard
I was
to
gonna say
it's-
something to defend myself, and then I realized I couldn't. It's like, okay.
It's not. I mean, it's not just you. I mean, it's kind of hard to talk about all the facets of a game for that long. I have a new respect for procasters.
Seriously.
Oh, there's the first poke.
So, and it's interesting also because ADC position is in flux, depending on whether No Name or Why Are You Running wants to stay for future seasons. But
Okay.
for the most part, the
Why Are You Running also plays mid, correct?
Yeah, he said he's actually going to be role swapping to ADC full time after this split.
Okay.
So it kind of depends on what he wants to do long term. But the other 4 members are pretty much our lineup of the future, as we have it. It's a lineup you saw on Tuesday night.
Okay.
Only with Why Are You Running was mid, I believe.
Yes, he was.
So
I don't think Noble was playing.
yeah.
I don't know. I don't remember. I don't think it was Razmataz either. Wasn't LeBram James in?
That was the scrim over the weekend.
Okay.
Yeah, Tuesday night. Because LeBron James actually plays for Without Equal, who has a game tonight as well.
Okay. I think that might have been. I think that might have been the scrim that I watched. Was the Without Equal versus Beatdown.
Yeah, that was the one we broadcasted Tuesday.
Okay.
So
Set starting blue on the top side of the map indicates to me he's probably looking for an early gank bot. It's
yeah.
unfortunate for Malphite though, because he does lose out on a little bit of XP early and control of wave.
I think my only thought here is that, especially with the shotgun needs, it's not like Malphite was going to be able to do a ton into the Urgot early.
That's a good point.
So giving up the priority doesn't hurt him as much as another champion like, I don't know, hypothetically the Darius that would actually want to go toe-to-toe with him. I know I remember we spent an entire night figuring out Urgot counters that one time.
Yeah, that was a good night.
I think we settled on Jarvan. Pretty good because you can all in at level 2. If you play around the shotgun knees correctly, it can be a kill.
Yes.
Aatrox was more of a skill matchup, but I was consistently able to get the better of it. I think also the sustain on Aatrox helps.
The sustain on Aatrox is huge, and the other thing is, I realized this from watching a couple of pro matches. It's very important for the Urgot. It's very important for the Urgot to be able to buffer his E through one of the Aatrox Qs. If you can buffer your E off of Aatrox's first Q, you have a much better chance of winning the trade because you know the length he's going to be at, so you can guarantee grab him.
Yeah. Looking for the all-in here on the bot side. Rakan's going to jump forward, but will miss the knockup. Ignite comes down onto the Xayah, however. Set's here for the counter gank.
Nice flash!
Nice flash forward. First blood to the Xayah. Echo's going to come in looking for a counter, but Set's going to back him off. That's the exact play we wanted to see. We talked about how bot lane was the lane that had the setup this time around. Already seeing slightly better synergy with the new lineup in.
Agreed. I think that was really good play from the Leona for the engage.
Imperial got
good dodge
excited.
on the... Oh, sorry. Yeah, they did. It was a good dodge from Why Are You Running on the Rakan W that made that trade go much better for them than maybe it otherwise might have.
Yeah, exactly.
Because that wasn't going to be in position to actually do much. Now, if they can stop the Rakan from freezing here, that would be ideal.
I don't know if Rakan will even have the health bar to do it. I guess he can.
Looks like he pulled it off.
Yeah.
Very impressed with Coffee's farm so far. He hasn't been punished super hard considering he's been stuck under his turret, and he's been using his Q poke almost exclusively to poke down Urgot, so
yeah, the
really
health, the health bars are pretty close, and Set's actually near the top side, as far up as the Urgot is
This
playing.
is a gank. This could be a kill for Coffee. This is free.
Actually, Coffee might have the solo here. Urgot steps too far forward. Malphite says, I'll stat check you there, buddy.
Really well played. He dodged the E from the Urgot, which is really essential to get any of the shotgun knee procs from the backside. And that was... The Urgot doesn't know his limits when he's going in like that, because he didn't get Conqueror stacked until too late.
Yeah, actually, Rumble gonna walk up on the Cassio. Started off okay. Cassio's I think he should have stayed in there.
That's a tough one. He was out of spell rotations, so I understand backing off.
Well, he had one more E though. He could have used the E to slow again and got some free autos in, because his cooldowns are shorter than the Cassio, and he doesn't have mana. That's my only thought.
No, it's a good point. It's very possible.
But you know me, I'm also a sometimes overly aggressive laner, so I'm not always the best person to ask about that stuff. Because in my mind, it's always go in.
Well, when you're an early game champion like Rumble, it's not always a bad mindset to have.
Yeah, and actually
I actually think I would have liked to see the Ignite on Rumble this game as well. I understand the teleport for team play, but I think he does actually have kill pressure on Cass.
Yeah, and I think also another thing is you're seeing basically what Beaver Beatdown wanted was for the Rumble to actually have some lane priority.
Teleport flank for the Malphite,
TP flank
level
for Malphite.
6.
Echo's here as well. They're going to try and walk it out, but Rumble's actually coming down. Double knock-up onto the bot lane. Rakan's going to try and jump out. We'll get CC'd up and eventually taken out. Echo's going to go forward, try to zone. Rumble's going to drop the ult, will hit the Echo. Echo's going to flash to safety, but might not be able to get away from the Rumble as he gets chased down. Looks like he will be able to walk it out. Cassio's going to walk down, but will only zone. Beautiful TP flank and flash ult by the Malphite. Perfect execution.
Really good communication coming out from Beaver Beatdown. He got his base off. He knew that Urgot couldn't follow. And that's just really, really well played out of Coffee. That's exactly what we wanted to see coming into this game, as you said. He needs to have an impact elsewhere on the map. And coming in with that flash ult,
And
really nicely
what I'm
done.
liking here too, I mean, Cassio got a favorable trade, but the Rumble is doing considerable damage to the Cassiopeia. She does have nice sustain, but if you can get the Cassiopeia below half health, I think when Set ticks over to 6, I think you just go for that kill.
definitely can if Set's in position, because if Cass gets too aggressive, it can be a problem.
And saying Cassio has
Rumble
no
needs to be careful here, because she has ultimate available, and this could be a kill.
Yeah, and again, the last thing you want to do when you get ahead is to give a champion like Cassiopeia room to scale. But, I mean, he's keeping the CS even. I think the TP will come in handy here because he'll actually just be able to get back to the lane and not lose that much, having to take this reset. Cassio TP is down as well. I think that's actually... This isn't a bad setup at all for Beaver Beatdown in terms of map state. I really want to see the set go mid here. It'd be nice if they were able to ping out the vision on the bot side. I think, realistically, seeing as he is level 6... Looks like he's going for his second buff. I'd like it if he actually just goes buff mid here and approaches mid from the top side, because I don't know if the Cassiopeia would be intelligent enough to move that vision up.
Oh, there it is. There's pink ward coming in. See if he can
I
escape.
see it. He's gonna
He
land...
pulled back. Oh, gets the flash. Good turn away.
Ooh. Dodges out the ult, will land a haymaker in return. That's actually beautiful because it also zones the Cassiopeia off the wave. He doesn't really lose that much. A little bit of tempo to the Echo, but he's still up camps. Malphite just straight up winning the lane against the Urgot. The early Bramble Vest is a nice adaptation I would not have previously considered.
Honestly, Urgot doesn't have a lot of healing coming out except for the Conqueror, so I'm not sure it's the most efficient buy.
I think it's just the fact that so much of his damage is auto attack reliant. And also, that's a beautiful ult. Rumble ult comes through. Beautiful roam by Coffee, taking that lane priority and using it to move around the map.
He honestly is playing this match so well. I know he's down a little bit in CS, but his impact around the map has been significantly higher than it was the first game. I really like the way Coffee's playing.
Yeah, and that's one thing that we kind of worked on. We did a little one-on-one coaching session with Coffee, and it was about what to do, how to get lane priority, and how to use it effectively. Herald going down to Beaver Beatdown as well. We're going to look to snowball that lead even further. One thing I will say on the side of Imperial is they're definitely keeping up in their CS, which is making this gold lead not nearly as menacing as it could be, only about 1,500.
That's a good point. They do have more dominant solo laners, though, so it kind of makes sense that they'd be able to keep up.
Yeah. I think another interesting thing here, Red Smite on Echo to me seems strange, but I don't play Echo jungle, so I can't personally speak
Is
to
he
that one.
expecting to be trying to duel the set? I think you're right. I feel like the blue smite's much better. This is a good trade for Cass.
Great trade for Cassiopeia. Well, not gonna put some chunk onto the Rumble. Looks like he's gonna be able to check over to how much gold he has. He has 900 gold. So that's enough for. Let's see, maybe could sell the Doran's shield for boots. Could get a blasting wand or something. Oh, he's gonna stay in lane. Never mind.
Honestly, it was a bad trade, but he only took about a third of his HP in damage, and he still has the shields from the blast scrap.
Yeah.
So
I want to see them. I want to see them punish the Cassio more while her ult is, or while her flash is down as well. Especially knowing that she invested her vision on the bottom side. Again, it makes that approach from the top that much more possible. Looks like they're going to be.
But we
able
did
to
also
spot
talk
out the
about this early game. We don't have the CC set up necessarily to gank that mid lane. It worked really nicely when the Malphite roamed down with ultimate, but I don't know if Set's going to be able to do the same thing.
I think what Set can do is run at you with a blue smite, and if he gets the ult, great. If not, it's unlikely that Cassio can burn through him with his Cinder Hulk at this point because Cassio doesn't have her items yet. So it makes me think that what could happen is you actually just go mid and bait out the ult, and then a Cassio with no ult and no flash is a sitting duck.
Yeah, all his camps are up bot side. We see Echo looking like he may want to try to
looking for
gank
bot
top.
side here. It looks like they went in a little early, but they are going to be able to force out the Varus flash. Going to see if they can land the... No root will come through. Echo's going to look for the top side here onto the Malphite. Just going to ult to safety. I actually don't even know if he needed to ult when the stun from Echo missed, but I do appreciate the respect. Echo.
Yeah, I agree. I think the Urgot flip was very poor. Not good communication there because he flipped him out of Echo's stun.
Yep. I'm going to actually see Exile's going to go ahead and look to solo out that second drag. You see Malphite getting chunk damage down, and that's the one small thing is you have to think if he held his ult here, he'd be a lot more threatening to the Urgot.
I was going to say he has kill pressure then.
Cassio's going to roam down. I'm a little worried because they are missing the Xayah ult. Looks like Set will be able to...
If you're going to go for this, you got to go on the Varus. Oh, it's a steal.
That's a steal. It's a stun onto the Set, who should just die here more than likely. Actually, it looks like he's going to be able to walk it out. Rumble's going to try and do some... Is actually going to dodge out the Cassio ult, which is good. Echo's going to step forward, get a kill, ult back to safety. A little bit of a misstep. Set not actually even getting a chance to smite there.
That's really unfortunate. If they get the dragon, that's a worthy trade. But
yeah, and I again, it's a little slight. The Beaver Beatdown burnt their ult from the bot lane on that failed gank, and they did get the Varus ult, but they didn't get anything else. Not the Varus.
They got the Varus flash. I think
they got the Varus flash, but they didn't get the ult. So in that skirmish, they were at full power, whereas Beaver Beatdown was partial. Interesting adaptation as well. That is a Nashor's Tooth on the Varus. Have not seen that in a long time. It's like, with the Doran's Blades, I'm wondering if it's either hybrid or he just got the Doran's Blades for the extra lane priority, but...
The Nashor's Tooth is unusual. If you see that, normally you see it with Isn't that normally like the poke Varus, the more AP poke Varus build, where you're looking to just proc the passive blight, and so you
Yes, so
run.
there's
You
a-
usually don't run press the attack with that. I thought you were run Comet.
Unless he's going for a full DPS build, which I could see possibly going like Nashor's Ginsu's. I don't know if that'd be as good as Bork, especially after the Bork buffs. Could make sense.
Bork buffs are mostly for melee champions, so
Oh, that's true. I forgot that. Yeah.
it's not going to help him as much. Yeah, I'm not sure about this adaptation coming out of the Varus here. I think you're right. I think Bork into Ginsu's is a much stronger play, especially with so much AP and the Echo and Cassio already on your team.
Yeah. Maybe you're thinking that Varus will naturally, even with that build, do enough mix damage, but it is hard to say.
Could it possibly be an adaptation to the fact that he sees Malphite building straight armor topside and he just wants to have a variable form of damage so he doesn't
Yeah.
get completely shut out?
Well, I think you have to realize that Malphite, Set, and Leona will all be very tanky, and even Rumble itemizes beefier than most APs. TP's
Oh,
coming in
Flash
bot lane.
E.
Flash E will cancel it. Echo's still there. That's going to be a straight 3v3 on the bot side. Urgot's going to look to solo out the Malphite. He's going to flash back after the Urgot ult. Not 100% sure if the flash was necessary there.
Good engaged. They think this is a
He's gonna
solo
go
kill.
in. It might be a solo kill, might not. We'll have to see because Conquer is procced. However, there's the Thornmail coming in clutch. That will be a solo kill.
Really nicely played. When he saved the ultimate, I was hoping he would consider going back in, and he played it perfectly.
Yeah, and again, Malphite with the full-on Sunfire cape. Hasn't even finished his boots yet. Blue buff's going over to
Sunfire is the
Cassiopeia.
best item in the game right now for tanks.
Yeah.
I fully agree with getting that item.
Absolutely.
I do think he should hurry up and get Tab Eyes, though, because it does
Ooh,
stop.
Rumble already having the Leandries actually makes him a little more dangerous in the 1v1 as well, because his E will chunk off that Leandries, and his ult as well. Definitely a better chance at the game this time around.
Overall, the jungle matchup is pretty close. You have the 1 kill on the Echo, but the camp score is about the same. Set is going to be pathing topside, it looks like, to get his camps. And I'm curious if either side thinks they have the power to start the Rift Herald right now.
Yeah, I feel like right now the top side of the map with cooldowns is maybe not a lot, but notably stronger for Beaver Beatdown.
Definitely agree, but you do have the cooldown on that Malphite ult for a little bit longer.
Exactly. I
So-
think you just have to play around that. I think they might be moving for it a little early here. I think Malphite should not have shown on that control ward, because that kind of gives up what they're trying to do. However, Cassiopeia is backed. I don't know if they know that. The Malphite ult's actually going to be up very soon here. Parallel convergence.
Rumble hasn't pinged it, but he has priority mid. It looks
Yeah.
like they might attempt to fight here. We'll see what Echo's thinking.
I think it wouldn't be the worst
But
thing.
Beaver
in the world,
Beatdown
honestly.
definitely wants to.
They just have
It's
to
a
be
good
prepared. They
engage.
have to be
Get the
prepared
E.
for it to be a 2v2. Looking for the double ult there. Where's the Haymaker? Looking for a Haymaker onto the Echo. He will
Beautiful.
actually just get CC'd up. That's a double kill to the set. Well played by Exile. Cassiopeia going to get zoned out by the Rumble ult. Going to have to retreat top lane and just catch a wave or something. Well
Honestly,
played.
with a little better communication, I think they can kill the Cassiopeia there too.
I think
They
so
backed
too.
off afterwards, but still, overall, another great play coming out of Beaver Beatdown. The coordination between, especially the top laner, but I love that that Noble was there on the roam up as well
Yeah.
to give the man advantage should it be needed. Just overall, much better communication this game than last game coming out of Beaver Beatdown.
Definitely agree. Looks like he will ultimately be able to get the shutdown on the Malphite. Noble's going to go ahead and teleport in. See what they're able to do here. Urgot's going to try and kite it out. He will have the Cassio coming in to help him. He's actually going to go down to the Rumble. Rumble will flash out, so that's at least a return kill for nothing. Unfortunate the shutdown does go over to the Urgot because he is the champion that was directly losing out the most in that 1v1. Also, this will mean the Dragon going over to Imperial unless the bot lane is able to do something miraculous about it. But
That went down to 1 HP before the smite came through, so
yeah.
potentially a steal if Zaya goes for her Q there, but
I would love to
I like
see.
this
I want to
engage.
see it. I want to see it. Nope. Okay. Because you knew the Cassiopeia ult was down, so you had the opportunity. Did he use his pullback yet or no? Because
I don't believe he had, but the Echo was in the area, so I understand playing safe.
yeah.
I hope bot lane is pinging that their laners are missing, because this could get ugly otherwise.
Yeah, what is nice is that's the second tower of the game going down. And earlier, I remember I was a little concerned because while they were playing the early game well, the gold difference had not yet ballooned. However, at this point, with both of those towers falling, we're seeing... oh, nice stop on the back onto
Very
the
bold,
Varus.
but he has no follow-up from his team. You need the Rumble ult.
But does he have... He doesn't have flash to get out either, unfortunately. Set will just suplex them back. That's a beautiful Cassiopeia ult. This could be the throw if they're able to clean it up here. However, the Echo will at least go down. Xayah on the flank is actually going to probably find 2 kills here between the Rakan and the Varus. Rakan's going to be able to walk it out. Urgot's going to come in to back them up.
Passive shield coming in clutch for Rakan there. I thought Coffee was jumping the gun a little bit with that engage, but it ended up paying off really well.
That's going to be it should be an ult coming through from the Urgot. A little bit of an overstep, getting a little eager there. That's going to turn it into a 2 for 2. But, I mean, ultimately, not the worst thing in the world. You do hate to see the bounty go over. Beaver Beatdown playing a little forward. But honestly, looking at the game state with the amount of gold they have on their carries, they should be comfortable to take these fights as long as they execute properly.
I think so, and I think that's what makes that overstep just a little bit more disappointing. Is that it's not like last game where you were in a state where you had to take risky plays to have it pay off. They're in a place right now where they are in the lead and by a decently sizable margin. So
yeah, Coffee.
I would have liked to see a little more restraint.
Yeah, and that's the thing too, is it's not that you want to take your foot off the gas and give the enemy team a chance to get back in, but it's that you want to continue to take the high percentage plays to not give the opponent a chance to capitalize on a mistake. I also like the adaptation here of having the 2 blue wards. I think blue wards are underutilized personally. And I think having 2 of them on your mid laner and your ADC is nice, especially when you have champions that are definitely looking for flanks like a Rakan and like an Echo.
Definitely agree. I think especially at lower tiers of competitive play, blue wards are not used enough. Honestly, the exact ward setup that Beaver Beatdown has right now is what I believe is optimal. You're looking at 2 blue wards.
Urgot's going to E forward and totally miss. He has the Cassio there to back him up, as well as an Echo. So Rumble's going to step forward fairly confidently. Looks like he's not going to be punished for it. Top side of the map showing through extremely strong. Actually, Var's going to look for the ult here. Xayah's going to counter ult. Will be able to dodge out the CC. That's a beautiful stun coming through to at least stall out. However, Rakan's actually going to be credited with the kill there. Malphite doesn't have a ton of damage, but might be able to knock down the Varus. He will. Set's going to come in. They actually looks like another kill onto the Rakan. That's pretty big. They're going to be pushing down mid. Nice ult from the Urgot. That's a big shutdown. They're going to have to get bot tower to make this worth it. I feel like the Leona and Set should be staying. I guess they can probably get there in time to defend.
So much action going on around the map. Once again, Coffee comes up with a big teleport. Leona missing her E on the Varus at the beginning of that fight probably cost YRU running his life. Yeah. But at the same time, the Set roaming up manages to get them a couple more kills. And overall, the map is still definitely in Beaver Beatdown's favor. About a 2k gold or 4k gold lead right now. I think the most important thing for Beaver Beatdown right now is just you have kills on all of your most important members. You got 3, 1, and 3 on Set. You got 3, 1, and 1 on the Rumble. He's got Leandres, and he's got whatever the...
Yeah, and the unfortunate part of the Rumble going down is it is the shutdown as well, and it is the it's the fact that was a potential 2 for 1 that turned into a 2 for 2. I like the fact that Beaver Beatdown is moving in here for this Drake. I think you have to capitalize on the fact that the Varus has stepped too far forward. Urgot has no ult. Why are you running? He's going to immediately pick up a kill. Urgot's going to follow too. Unnecessary flash from Leona, but still, you at least like the respect, showing a little bit more restraint. And this should be a free Inferno Drake over the side of Beaver Beatdown.
And that's just an overstep from Imperial. Their jungler had base. They didn't have priority around this dragon. And they stepped forward too far, even without the Malphite ultimate being up. Just a really clean fight out of Beaver Beatdown. Leona coming in with the engage, and Rumble not getting caught out was really big for that.
Yeah. This could very well see a rubber match at this point. Don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves, but the game state looking pretty favorable for Beaver Beatdown, provided that they do not throw it away or give them opportunity to come back. Rakan,
Malphite still has ultimate. They could tower dive this if they get really
they were
bold.
thinking about it. It's just hard. It's hard to dive an Echo and a Cassiopeia because Cassiopeia has.
I can't say I would advise it, but they definitely could.
Yeah.
Good rotation top. I like that. The wave is building.
That's a really nice adaptation actually, because they are full on defending mid because they're probably thinking that a dive could come. So by going top quickly, you kind of get the edge on that tempo. I like leaving Rumble mid to pick up the priority. They just have to acknowledge the fact that this is a 4v5 and not take anything. Yep, here come the resets. Looks like Rakan will ultimately not find them out, so that is beneficial. They are going to be able to complete their backs. And to me, you can tell Imperial is a good team because of the fact that Beaver Beatdown has a pretty good lead, but it still feels like the game is relatively close. But the longer this game goes, and especially the more that Xayah is out of free fire, like in that last fight, you begin to see the win conditions just open up for Beaver Beatdown. You have 4 champions on the map right now that are capable of single-handedly winning you a team fight.
And this is where the drafting of much easier to execute team fight comps is beneficial. I'd also like to point out the Varus, it looks like he's going for a Hextech Gunblade as his second item.
Yeah,
which I find very...
I'm beginning to wonder, actually... Oh, Malphite is winning this trade.
Malphite...
However, Echo's here to back him up. Looks like...
Set's here as well. This could get... Nice flash E!
It's going to need the kill onto the Urgot before the ult gets channeled. They will get it. Echo will ult back and get the kill. Exile's going to need to get out of there if he can. Looks like he will not be able to. So unfortunately, that is a positive trade for the side of Imperial. Should lead to the top tower going... maybe not.
Quicker rotations, but they could look for Baron with a 3v5 advantage.
It'd be 3v4. Even with the Cassiopeia, it's still risky. I actually like the adaptation of not shoving mid here when you know that you could still potentially get caught out by a Varus and Rakan with their ults. I feel like defending mid here is also more optimal since mid tower is more important than top. Only slight concern is if they had ran top first and then ran back mid immediately, would they have been able to save both towers? It's hard to say, but...
In that situation, when you don't have vision control topside, it's pretty clearly controlled by Imperial. I'm okay with letting that top tier 1 tower go down.
Yeah. So I think...
And the 1v1 fight looked good for Coffee to start with. You had the teleport come out of the Cassiopeia as a quick response, and then you had the Echo topside as well, and eventually the bot lane roamed up from mid, so...
Yeah, other small
overall,
concern right now,
commit.
Beaver Beatdown not having access to any teleports means that they're going to have to be careful with how they play the map here, because both of their solo laners have very key team fight ultimates. So, also
and with
interesting.
that, though, it does kind of tend to mean that you have a better chance of winning a 4v5 if you can get the right ultimate with one of those, even if the other is bot side, but I agree, they are going to have to be careful looking for this. I would have sent, since Malphite's teleport is going to be up sooner, I would have sent him bot lane, but they might be worried about how he deals with the Cassiopeia,
I think the other
who
thing
at this
too,
point has completed 2 items
Rumble
and a half.
Rumble with his scrap shield will be able to get across the map slightly faster when it comes to actually rotating in, and it looks like that's exactly what he's going to do because they're setting up mid lane with both of their carries. Probably going to look for this tower. Exile is actually going to find the Urgot. Going to back out. That's a lot of damage coming out from the Urgot.
Yeah, the Conqueror procs, plus he's finished his 2 core items of Cleaver and Death Stance. That Urgot is officially as strong as he's going to get in this game.
Yeah, and it's
so
shaping up to be a team fight around the Infernal Drake. We'll have to see who and how this gets started off.
Excellent flash. Leona caught out.
Leona's caught out. We'll see. She lands the ult on the two important targets. The Rumble ult will come through as well. Malphite going to do his best to zone out the backline. Will eventually get taken down by the Urgot. Why are you running? Doing huge damage, but eventually going down. And that's just a team fight win on over to Imperial. That is a clean ace.
Beautiful flash from the Varus to get out of the Malphite ultimate, and then they kind of caught the Leona out before she could get out any meaningful CC. She did ult 2 people, but overall that was mostly just individual outplays on the side of Imperial. The Rumble ult was good. The Malphite ult did miss.
Yeah.
Set didn't really get a chance to do much in that fight either. So overall, I think really good target selection from Imperial and just outplaying their opponents on an individual level.
Yeah, well, that's an intelligent call to go for those mid towers before the dragon, kind of maximizing their tempo on the map. So gold lead actually back in their favor, also at soul point with the Infernal, so definitely a much tighter game at this point.
Well, you have a lot of champions that are starting to hit pretty big item spikes. Like we mentioned the Urgot earlier, he's pretty much as strong as he's going to get. He's looking for a frozen mallet for his third item, which is an interesting choice here. I suppose you do have several targets to run down. I personally probably would have gone something more tanky, just because he's really the only frontliner for his team, other than the Echo, who's looking to get in and then get out. So if you're Beaver Beatdown right now, I think you need to send Malphite bot lane and get wave control.
I think
so you
if
can
you're
TP
Beaver
into Baron.
I think you need to take advantage of the fact that there are I mean, it won't be that way for long, but there are no flashes up on the side of Imperial. And when you have so many abilities that are so easy to use, looking for it onto the Cassiopeia here. Gonna get kited out. However, will actually get knocked up by them. Gonna get suplexed out. That'll be the Cassiopeia going down. Shutdown over the Rumble. Echo will ult back. However, this is possibly an advantageous fight as long as his eye doesn't get blown up. Well, watch the cooldowns as the burst comes through from the Varus.
Oh, that's an excellent Urgot ult.
Beautiful
that probably
Urgot
saves
ult
the
to
fight.
turn the fight. Beautiful Urgot ult to turn the fight. A lot of AoE damage coming through there, kind of funneling into that choke point a little prematurely. I think the Xayah definitely stepped too far forward.
It looks so good at the beginning. I understand why he moved forward like that, but
Actually, Beaver Beatdown moving in here. Echo's really low. If they can chase down a couple kills on the back end of this could potentially be good.
Malphite stepped a little too far forward with that ultimate.
As Leona's actually going to go
Leona's
forward
going
and
in.
land the CC. They're just ignoring the Varus, which is kind of a questionable call. I know you want to chase down. I know you want to chase down kills, but ignoring Varus is not the way to go there. And I think that's actually going to be the Rumble falling on the back end. Never mind. Okay, they're not going to chase him down. They might have still stopped the Baron, but Leona with the CC onto the Varus. You have to wonder why they didn't just pile on.
Would agree. I think they got focused on the that bounty sitting there on Urgot, and he was very low HP. But with the Death Stance and
Yeah, because what Varus wants is free time to fire.
especially with that build, he needs to build up the Blight stacks in order to detonate him, and that's where all of his damage comes from.
Yeah, so and just suboptimal team fight selection.
The gold graph has shifted pretty. At one point, we had Beaver Beatdown up by about 4,000 to 5,000 gold, and now you're looking at a 1,500 gold lead. For Imperial, the kills score has evened out, considering it was a 13 to 6. Overall, just Imperial. They're hitting their strong points in the game, but they're also taking good fights. They're playing their fights well,
Yeah.
and it's kind of pulled the gold back into their favor.
And if I was Beaver Beatdown, my biggest concern right now would be the fact that you had those windows with the carries of Imperial not having their flashes, and those windows will be gone by the time that that Infernal Drake does spawn, and that will be Soul Point.
Yeah, you kind of have to fight for that at this point. If you're, and you have the tools to do it, right? We've talked about it all game, but you have the Malphite ult, you have the Rumble ult. If you can pick off the Cassiopeia and the Varus, 2 immobile carries, well, they'll probably both have their flashes by the time the dragon fight comes around. But
Varus already has his. Cassio looks like she just got hers back.
I think Varus is about to get his on my screen.
Yeah.
Both the bot laners flashed in the original Baron
Beaver Beatdown
fight.
needs to go ahead and move towards that soul.
Yeah, I think they're sitting around Baron here when Vision is controlled on the dragon completely by Imperial right now, and I'm not sure I agree with that decision.
They're looking to. No, they're not even looking to trade. Actually, well, Imperial's taking a late reset here. If they have that information, they might be able to get there because the Urgot is very important and does not have TP. Unfortunately, not having that information, they may not be aware of the advantage they have here, but we'd like to see them get in and establish some vision control.
Well, they're moving as a group, which is smart. Cassiopeia's got the bot wave shoving, which is good. Yeah, and you see that Xayah has to catch the mid wave here. as well.
Let's see.
So overall map control appears to be in Imperial's favor. The lanes are pushing for them.
Yeah, so top lane is moving away from Beaver Beatdown. Bot lane's moving in, but it's towards an outer tower at least. Parallel convergence will be down for the next couple seconds at least. Zaya has joined up. Looks like they're going to go ahead and just try to burn down this Infernal, and it looks like
Oh, what a steal!
beautiful steal will defend the soul point. However, Echo gets the free ult back. That's a lot of CC. Exile will take the Cassiopeia back, but will also die on the back end. They delay the Infernal Soul, but at what cost? Looks like Imperial is going to move towards the Baron now.
Honestly, even if you lose Baron off of this, I think delaying that Infernal Soul, especially with a comp like Imperial's, I think it's the right call.
I think you can.
Even if
I
two
think
for Infernal trade.
Yeah, I think he can still turtle. I just have to be concerned about the scaling from Imperial now, because that Cassiopeia is definitely starting to get scary. 10 stacks on the Dark Seal, 3 items in a stopwatch. Varus
Oh, that's a great
that's
Varus ultimate.
Great Varus ult with big catch.
Honestly, I think Beaver Beatdown needed to just concede that. You have no Rumble ultimate. You really don't have any way to fight for that Baron, and sitting around and watching it go down when you can be pushing out your waves that were bouncing to you would probably be a better use of your time. But
Yeah.
I understand how the allure of the big purple worm when it comes to trying to defend against neutral objectives. So
Yeah. And this is an interesting point in the game as well, because your Zaya's at 3 items, Varus is at 3 items. Both mid laners comfortably sitting on 3 items, so we're seeing that like mid-late game come out, I think. Depending on your definition, but to me, I think late game is probably your 3 item spikes, because that's when most of your scaling
I would
champions are at
agree.
full
Yeah.
capacity.
No, I think we're officially at the late game point now. Almost everybody's on 3 items.
Yeah. So
Soul Stealer on the Echo, which I didn't realize before, at 15 stacks, so that shutdown might be pretty big.
yeah. And a lot of shutdowns, honestly, on the side of Imperial makes you think that if they do get that one advantageous fight, it won't be hard to close the game out from that point.
Well, at this point, I'd say the Dragon is probably going to be the next major fighting point for both of these teams. You're going to be looking at Soul Point for both, and that Soul will then lead to an Elder Drake availability. So
Yeah, so if I'm Beaver Beatdown, what I'm thinking about most right now is being able to get the soul. I don't even know if you're looking for to win the fight. I think you might just be looking to get the soul and get out.
that's what happened with the third Drakes there that they just stole, and I think that was the right play. So
Yeah, it would
I would tend
it
to
would
agree.
take a miracle to accomplish it, but I think that if you can maybe just trade the life of the set, so they're not able to end off of it to acquire that soul, then it might make your fight. I mean, I feel like Rumble with Infernal Soul, especially, and Zaya would be incredible. So
Both teams very much benefit from the Infernal Soul. I'm not liking the set rotation. He was staying topside. They had a really nice 1-3-1 with the set and Rumble in the side lanes clearing waves. And then they morphed. We'll see if they can force a fight here.
Yeah.
That's a juicy looking Malphite ult. I know he was thinking about it, because I was.
yeah, thinking about it. Also, I feel like this is a, I don't know if I'd go as far as to call it an advantageous 4v4, but definitely without Cassiopeia being in the fight, you do have a better chance of winning.
It's much stronger for Beaver Beatdown. Now, I don't know if they realized that Urgot's alone there. The rest of the team's coming up.
Oh,
Now is when you
Malphite
wanna-
gets his rank 3 ultimate. Parallel convergence will come under the tower. I think what I would do now is I would wait for that overstep, because you know they want to finish off the tower. I'd wait for that one person to step too far forward, and I would just press the go button. I think you almost have to. I guess you don't have to, but because you can see the parallel convergence setting up.
They managed to keep this mid tower alive a lot longer than I thought they'd be able to.
Yeah, well, the Baron did finally run out, which helps, because they're unable to siege with a cannon minion here.
You have Dragon coming up very shortly. I don't know the
Yep.
exact timer,
Yep.
but
So
it's within the next minute.
and Imperial's doing the right thing. They're taking their final
Cassiopeia's
oh,
caught out. This could be a good pick right before the Dragon.
could be huge. She's focusing down the Malphite, but he is too tanky. Beautiful ult. ultimately may not be enough. I like the fact that they didn't burn any more ults than they had to.
They were really trying not to. You could tell they were
Malphite
calling for
Malphite
Malphite to save
Malphite
his.
has teleport as well. If they can stall... I guess
Dragon's up really soon, though. This is dangerous. They don't have vision
They
control.
need the TP in the pit. If they double TP in the pit, this is fine.
Oh, they lose the ward. Urgot's here alone. That might not be bad.
Yep, and it looks like they are actually going to be able to back them off the Infernal. I think in the 5v4, I think you can just kind of muscle in there. That's going to be a... Parallel Convergence is actually not going to come through.
Con engage.
Recon engage.
Malphite ult. That's beautiful. 3 men.
It's a 3-man ult. We'll see what the Zai is able to do.
We need
on
the
follow-up.
Rumble.
Rumble ult going to get layered. Leona will be able to get onto the Varus. He's still free hitting though. He's kiting out beautifully. Rakan going to stay alive.
Zaya
as
can
well.
stay alive. Malphite, you gotta block for your carry. There you go. A little too late.
No, too little, too late, and it looks like Imperial will be able to clean up the 4v5. A little bit of missed execution there on Beaver Beatdown. You hate to see it, but that will be the Infernal Soul going over. This should just be the game with the death timers being.
I think that is game right there. It was a much better fought game too. I think in the end, really good last team fight, but Imperial just executed on their comp so much better. Even in the 4v5, to have it be that close after you have the Malphite ultimate with a 3-man come in and still lose it without killing anyone is really rough. But overall, well-played series for Imperial.
Yep, good game to Imperial. They will take the 2-0 victory. And again, Beaver Beatdown playing with their new lineup. I think Game 2 is definitely a much better showing as far as what they are capable of. And yeah, like we said, just missed execution. The game state was definitely a place where they could win it. And you can see maybe with more work, with more time as a team, hopefully be able to get that.
I think there were some really, really positive signs that came out tonight. I thought the teleport, especially Game 2, the teleport usage from both the solo laners was excellent for the most part. Really just I think they need to clean up their team fight calling a little bit. It seemed like they weren't always good at target focusing down the most important members. And so we saw in several of those fights, members of Imperial sneaking out with just a little bit of HP. And if you just have a little more focus fire, then maybe you turn some of those fights in your favor. But I think they definitely showed great improvement Game 1 to Game 2, and I'm excited to see how that roster can develop.
Absolutely. Definitely. Oh, would like to report that Free Wi-Fi has won their match in LHG. Looks like they won 23-3.
That's a stomp right there.
That is
well played to them.
a little bit of a stomp, so good for them.
What if they gave Mr. Chef Orn?
Beaver Beatdown getting the definitely making some good progress. I'm actually going to go ahead and hop in their call, talk to them. I'm going to go ahead and cut the stream here. So thanks for casting with me, Rhino. This was a good time. Had a lot of fun.
Yeah, I agree. Cool. Hopefully we'll see you some other time.
For sure, man. Peace.
So yeah, it'll be 7 my time, 8 yours.
Yeah.
Hey,
what's going on?
Alright, so Game 2, not bad.
Rough game, man. Rough game.
It sucks to lose like that, but
felt like we had such a fucking lead, and then I just trashed it.
Well, the nice thing is Carrot said he wanted to do a VOD review with everyone, and that is a perfect game to VOD review.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, if you VOD review a Stomp, there's only so much you can actually like learn from it.
Right.
Because past a certain point, you just kind of run out of options.
Right.
So,
that makes sense.
yeah, so that's awesome.
I feel like I fucked that up so bad that last game, though.
That game wasn't any one person's fault.
I take a majority of that. There was a couple of my engages that were...
Yeah, but that last engage was nice. It's just nobody was able to follow up.
Yeah. But it wasn't even they couldn't follow up. It's just fucking Urgot was literally zoning off half our team.
Yeah, Urgot was huge. It was a problem.
Yeah.
Later on.
Yeah, and Zaya just didn't seem like she was ever able to comfortably DPS either.
No.
It's true.
She always had somebody on her.
That's one problem. Like Leona's Grover team fighting. That's one problem I've had with this comp when we play it, and the AD is not getting pill because I've been the one. Granted, Malphite. We had a Malphite this game, but other games like I've been the one going in and initiating the fights, and I'm not really able to come back and peel for our AD with me on Leona. Maybe I'm just playing it improperly, or just depending on the fight. I'm not exactly sure.
Yeah, it's
Just she's got to go. It's like there's not a lot of.
The main issue that I saw that game was just that we were diving on their bot lane a lot, and we didn't have a lot of ways to have follow-up damage.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because one thing I noticed is you guys would get CC onto the Varus, and due to redemption, due to defensive items on the support, and other things, we just didn't have the necessary damage to actually seal that kill. So, yeah. So, but honestly, I mean, it's all stuff we can learn from. I think I actually have time tonight. I don't know if you have to go or if you wanted to do the rubber match of the 1v1 real quick.
I have to go. I've got
No
class
worries,
at
man.
5 o'clock in the morning, so I am
All good.
already pushing it right now.
All good, man.
Damn, 5 in the morning.
I'm sorry, man. I'm
No
really
worries,
sorry.
dude.
I'd love to, but I got some stuff at home I gotta take care of right now.
No worries, we'll get it at a different
But
time.
I will be free pretty much all day tomorrow if you're around at any point.
Did Carrot say when he wanted to do a review? And what was the deal with Zufo? Like, what was the? Was he just already a bad mental, or?
Yeah, Zufo. I think Zufo basically just said that. I think Zufo's leaving the team because he said because he runs his own team also.
Little monkeys.
Yeah,
so
I think he's. So I think ultimately, I think it'll be decent. So Raz will be a starter moving forward. Honestly, I would like to just take this roster and make this the starting roster. We'll see, because I don't know. I just don't feel like I can count on Bully and Traxon to show up, and I would rather give it to you guys because you guys are actually putting in the work.
Yeah, and the other issue with them is that if they didn't have games this week, they're definitely not gonna have fucking games for next week unless they bust some ass between now and then.
Exactly, because every week.
And I know Phil will not let them fucking play. He's that guy. He will not agree to anything.
Yeah. Absolutely. So.
All right. Well, yeah, we'll get it figured out and see what's going forward.
All right. Catch you guys later.
Yeah. Hey, actually, you got a second before you head out?
Yeah.
What? I mean. I know game 1 was absolutely just a fucking face roll, but like game 2, is there any one specific thing that I could have been doing better at any point, consistently throughout the game?
It's not necessarily your job to call out lane assignments, but there was a couple times when there was one specific play where they were posturing around the Baron, and you had your TP coming up before the Rumble. And we sent the Rumble bot lane, knowing he wouldn't have TP to get to the fight.
Right. Yeah, I remember that.
A lot of teams that I've been on, a top laner obviously doesn't have a lot to do with calling in the early game because that's just not where they are relevant.
Sure.
So, all in all, I think my main thing, we'll talk about it as a team, but I would like to see you work on your macro for the team.
Okay.
I know Exile's kind of the dominant shot caller, but learn how to work with him and learn to, when he says, okay, Dragon in a minute 30, fill in the gaps and like what does that mean?
Right, get vision on drag, start rotating. Either if I have TP, stay top side for a TP bot side to contest. Those kind of small things.
Yeah, so all in all, I mean, without doing a full-on review, it'd be like harder to see.
Right, I just didn't know if there was like one, like while you were watching, if there was one specific thing that I can just like work on between now and when we actually do. Because that game really fucking bothered me.
Yeah, I would focus on. I'm trying to think. And Malphite's a tough champion because it's not as obvious what is going on. Actually, Raz, are you still playing? Did Raz dip? Raz might have dipped.
Yeah, I think he dipped.
Okay. See if I can find a support. But basically, it's tough because I feel like that game wasn't necessarily on you. But
I 100% put that on me. There was like 3 engages I had that were complete garbage that could have easily turned the tide there.
When you're looking for an alt, are you thinking like? Are you saying like, okay, I'm looking for alt here?
There was one that I didn't. There was one that I just straight yeeted, and it was at the Varus. It was either Varus or Cassio in the mid lane right bush. But most of the time I am communicating, hey, this person's caught out. I'm going in. Can we follow up? If I get the okay, I go for it. But there was like the one that really pissed me off was the dragon where Varus was caught out, but he was baiting me. I could tell he was baiting me, but I still went for it. And he blew flash, and we ended up losing. I think four people died there, and they got dragon off that. That was the one that I felt the worst about. Was like I could tell that he was fucking baiting me, and I still fucking took it. Because I was in my head, I was thinking, okay, well if I get ult, even if I miss and he burns flash, my ult's on a 70 second timer. His flash is on a fucking 270. But we didn't have any, like, once I went in, it was over. They were completely ready for the engage and just shit on us there.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think the one nice thing, that's one thing my coach told me, is you know most of your mistakes as you make them.
Right.
Which is good. It just comes down to being proactive and like.
And trying to fix it, not just letting it become a habit. Yeah.
Yeah. So just, I mean, I don't mean this in a bad way, but just like think about the play before you make the play. Makes
sense.
Kind of like when
Absolutely makes sense.
Kind of like when, I don't know, your parents told you like think before you speak.
Right. Like kind of try to be like at least a step or two ahead. If I ult here, this will happen. This will happen.
Yeah, when it comes to, especially when it comes to Malphite or playing engage, think before you yeet, I think would be my.
Right. I like that. I like that a lot. Alright, man. I appreciate it. I'm looking forward to the VOD review, and yeah, hit me up tomorrow if you're around.
Will do, man. Catch you later.
Alright, take it easy. Later.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, man. I'm trying to get into a room with Rhino.
Oh, I can pull you.
I don't have privileges to get in there.
Actually.
Ah. Okay.
Alright. There we go.
There
I don't know who this Schmerby Derb guy is, but
he's an IRL friend. Are you going?
I don't give a fuck.
We have
I'll go
two
wherever.
people listed for mid.
Slashes,
shit.
slashes.
Full.
Yeah, we're full now.
I was gonna leave jungle open for you if you wanted it, Chaz.
I mean, honestly, I
Yeah,
can just
we'll
kind
let
of do
you-
whatever. You're probably better at jungle right now because I'm fucking rusty as hell.
We should let. What does Schmerby play?
Schmerb's a jungle and support main.
Okay. Well, why don't we let him play support? You play AD/mid, and I can top, or we can just mix it up.
I mean,
We can all go Phil, and then whatever roles we get, we
Actually,
play.
that's true. I'm down.
yeah, I'm down with that. And if we want to switch around, we can.
All Phil, baby.
Exile's been messaging me, seeing I play World of Tanks, so yeah.
Sherb's not going to be able to jump in the voice channel, is he?
He's actually he's in the Discord.
Is he? I'm curious if he was watching the stream. I'm curious what he thought. Damn it! I got support.
Hey, I don't mind playing support.
No, that wasn't the point. The point is we play what we get.
Oh gosh, Rhino's supporting me. Should we
Yep,
do it?
have fun.
Should we do a kill lane?
We can do a kill lane. What kind of kill lane?
Ooh. I'm trying to think what I would pair with
My
this
champ pool
lane.
is surprisingly big if I'm playing normals. I can play pretty much anything in normals.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's just competitive. My champ pool is possibly tiny.
So what I'm thinking.
Oh shit, I have to ban.
You do have to ban. Master Yi, or
I'm trying to thi-
Diana,
trying
or
to think what
Garen.
melee carries I play.
We're about to see Slash's top. I'm super excited for this.
Yeah, so you can go. So you're pretty much playing support Swain.
No, I can play whatever.
Okay.
I've been
it-
looking at possibly playing something more aggressive.
Well, hey, if y'all gonna play like early game, do we just want to do like an early game thing?
That's up to you. I honestly, we're probably just gonna mess around.
All right.
Hmm.
I know what to do here.
The Senna top.
I'm kind of feeling this.
Ooh, the Jace. Okay.
If I can take the farm, and then you go support item, and when you hit them and pull them back in, I can drop my combo.
Okay. Do we want to do the Swain or do we want to do the Senna?
Oh, do you play Senna?
I mean, sure. Why not?
Let's do fasting Senna.
Okay. You want to do it with I know Slash wants to play Senna top, but fuck him.
Go fasting Senna, and I will play Aatrox.
Ooh, 8 bolt. Okay. Okay.
Because so Senna support is supposed to be good with melee carries.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
it's interesting.
They kind of want to fight. I kind of want to play their game. We're gonna do
I
it.
think. I
Yes.
Think, I think
yes.
we are,
Do the Akali.
I think we are literally going like full brawl composition here.
Pretty much. And I'm just here to poke.
Go with the Draven.
Shit.
1 second. Click.
Draven Nautilus? Oh fuck. Alright, that's gonna be interesting.
I think we can do it.
Yeah,
I-
Senna into Nautilus is
I get to lifesteal off 2 champions instead of 1.
Yeah, it's
I'm going the early game build, so
that's fine.
I'm
That would
thinking
be-
just get y'all snowballing.
Mhm.
Give it a shot. See how it goes. Don't care about. It's kind of nice to play off roll for once. No, we don't have any response to that because we basically play around.
Wait, do I have somebody muted here?
No, I'm sorry. I'm responding to Slash's team chat.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been replying to Exile too, so. Alright. Did I ever play Rek'Sai with y'all? Yeah, I
I think
did.
you have, yeah. Once or twice.
Yeah, there was that one game where Exile played Pyke and I played Rek'Sai, I think.
Oh,
on
that
a
was
scrim.
fun. We did Pyke Sona bot lane with Rek'Sai jungle.
Oh, fuck.
There's team fade.
Oh, here.
Oh, that was a bold flash. Okay, Warwick flashed after you.
Yes,
I think
If you
Nimbus
come,
is
ar-
like-
if you come
walking
around, yeah.
you guys to back out. Wait, Warwick flashed? Okay.
Yep, he flashed over the wall
Flash.
after him.
I'm pretty nasty level 1.
So what is
Yeah, so is Nautilus.
Wait, right here?
is that default runes Warwick with Nimbus cloak?
Flash
I
may
will
be
take
unnecessary,
that.
but wanted to make sure I got it. Gonna take a reset here.
You won't be in time to leash me. That should be
That's
fine,
alright.
though.
We have
you,
me.
you have a Senna.
Yeah,
I
it's-
just stand right in between like this. And
yes,
you
that is exactly what's going to happen.
jungle dip. Ah.
we have 3 ignites, no TPs. I like it.
Yeah, I thought about taking TP, and I was like, nah.
Nah, dude, we fight.
It's coward talk. We got a fighting team.
Wait, why the
going
damn it?
in.
I took Doran's blade. I'm an idiot.
That's fine. You just get the support item on your first recall.
Yep.
They're
I
gonna They're gonna get
apologize.
level 2 first, I think, so we just be careful.
I'm just doing a red side clear in the bot.
That's actually fine, because they're pushing in kind of hard here. Yeah, I'm halfway to level 2. That's weird, I barely got any experience for that kill. Good sidestep.
Thank you.
So since you don't have the support item, you're welcome to take some CS if I can't get it. It should be fairly evident what I can and can't get here.
Let them walk like right here.
Warwick is top.
Focus. Ignites on Draven.
I can't reach.
Have my E in a second here. Can we get one more? Nope, he's got shield. That's fine. We blew all of their sums.
Yeah.
You can actually take an early reset to get your support item as well, because we can just push this up.
It's a good call. I want to get the souls if possible, though.
Oh, for sure. We got one more wave to push here.
I cannot believe I didn't get the freaking
Swear I'm
support.
on my way.
Alright. I don't have any follow-up though, but just take the pressure, I guess. Because he still has barrier, I don't want to get baited.
It's all good. He's chunked.
Taking my reset now.
Excuse me. Alright, well, I lost out on a fuck ton of gold by not starting the support item.
Alright, so I was gonna say, Chaz, just remember they have no sums bot lane.
She missed her Q topside.
Not even that you have to come
She-
back immediately, but just keep that in mind.
Yeah, you're just not getting
Right, they're really just camping top.
Chaz right now. Alright. Recalling bot gank into drag hopefully. Right?
Warwick's just been sitting top, so let's actually try and freeze this after I take the caddy. Let the rest of this
Sure.
hit. I think it'll freeze here.
Did he go for drag?
I highly doubt it. But...
No, I don't think
Oh
so.
no.
They're not gonna let us freeze. Plus the tower kind of ruined that. So
That's fine. Keep him right there. What's your Q at?
8 seconds.
Okay,
5.
that gives me time to go around.
4. Oh, you can go now.
If Santa can land a W, that'd be nice.
I landed my thing on Draven.
Yep.
Use the speed up to get out of it. I got a knock up.
Oh, you kidding me, right?
We're fine.
Nice.
Easy money, dude.
Push to dragon.
Yeah. Nice.
Alright. It's flashed and barrier, but I still got him.
Go dragon here. I think dragon's a couple souls as well. No sums mid.
No,
No
some's
wards.
mid.
I'm taking another reset here.
Already at 22 souls. I'm doing alright.
Nice.
Guess I might as well set up a tent down bot.
I'm actually gonna go first item Death Dance instead of Cleaver, since this is less about the 1v1. Yeah, honestly, gonna sound ridiculous, but you could just take your red buff and come back bot again. Although I think they're gonna contest vision here if they look for it. I passed stupidly. I'm gonna miss a bunch of minions. Actually,
Ooh,
they might
no,
look
that-
for a roam mid here because they're completely abandoned the bot lane.
That's true, but Vel'Koz is also shoving me in, and
Okay.
tower diving a Diane is not
That
a
just
good
broke.
idea.
Okay.
Yeah, they're.
If they walk through this choke, we should 100% look for the fight.
Okay.
Because that means that we.
We just see him there.
No, there's bot. Vel'Koz might be roaming bot. Might be late. I'm not sure yet.
I'm not worried about it.
He is
Yeah.
bot.
He is bot, but I'm also coming behind him. And Warwick.
I'm on my way too. Just try to live. Big and turn.
Kill that. Got this. Good job, guys.
Souls! Need
You
my
like-
souls!
You like that blind W into the alcove?
Fetch me their souls.
Yeah, it was pretty sick.
Still
Wasn't
not-
really blind though, because we had.
I mean, I couldn't see him.
Can we get like
Yeah,
You
right
couldn't
side.
see them, but you knew where they were.
I had an approximation. Can we dive
trying to
this
get
guy?
a tower play or two for
We can dive this guy.
Wait, do we dive? Dive.
Alright, somebody else take aggro. 3. Cool.
Wait, did you drop aggro when you ulted?
Yep.
Oh, that's so clean.
Yeah, it's TDK Chaz. You knew he was in there. Alright. That last minion's about to
Alright, I
die.
have ult now. I'm gonna have to try to pay attention across the map.
Yeah, just call for ult if you need it.
Yep.
Oops.
Oh, I missed a lot of minions there. I'm bad. Alright. Take another reset. Are you gonna go for a plate? Actually, that's fine, yeah. I'll step up so I get gold. Can almost dive that, but not quite. 'cause
I
have
know,
to-
like I want to.
I mean, Draven's fucked. Y'all
100%.
have item advantage still, and HP. Y'all could do that.
Vel'Koz is missing still. Well, he has full health, so who knows where he is. I don't think he just took a random back again.
Kinda
Wait,
suck.
where did he go missing?
I didn't see him
Right,
walk
right.
off. He literally shoved it in and then
Never mind.
disappeared.
Okay.
I didn't see him walk a direction.
So they're crashing a wave bot, but they're not actually pushing it, so they could be looking mid. Very possible.
Yeah, they have a pink ward set up.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Oh, well, that didn't work.
Damn it.
Yeah, it's okay.
Fiora played that really well.
Vel'Koz is roaming up. So they could be doing the Herald.
Yeah, they should be doing it.
Yeah, let's just push up then, because I'm betting they just lane swapped.
No, he's doing Scuttle, so. Alright.
Oh, they're just playing really safe. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I assume we're playing against another team of 5.
Nope, not always.
No?
Oh, I
Only
chunk.
sometimes.
I really chunk.
Yeah, no.
So if you land
You're-
a thing,
You're so far ahead of the Aatrox, it's ridiculous.
Oh, I did that. Alright, Vel'Koz.
the center damage is pretty healthy. I'm
Good
full.
top.
I'm full sums with all.
Yeah, if we can get, we might be able to get an engage here.
We still win even. when
Walking
they have
up.
all-
Oh, I fucked up.
Oh, you left, okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
Got a tag.
Watch out. We need to leave.
Working on it.
Don't get stunned.
What did that stun me?
Because I hit W and she parried it.
Dang it.
Alright.
That's a kill. Oh, that's
Sorry, I thought the Q, my Q was just not off cooldown in time.
yeah, in my head, I'm like, okay, that's just gonna. Wait a minute.
Warwick is mid. It's upsetting.
It might be rotating towards me.
Yeah, we traded sums again.
I'm way bot lane again.
Damn, Okay, Draven
Make
heal.
Vel'Koz is roaming bot.
Oh no,
they could be going to.
they're gonna kill my Senna.
Yeah, they're just doing the dragon.
I don't have anything. Can you get him?
Nah, maybe.
Nice.
Push this up because Draven has to reset. We can get this tower, I think.
Hey, you're probably right.
Top tower's gone.
We may not actually get it off this wave. Yeah, okay, we might not be able to get it. I should have just let you reset. That's my bad.
Right here.
Yeah, we got this. There we go.
Clean.
Alright. They sent both their bot landers back down here, so
We
you
can dive
guys
this,
are,
dive,
you
dive,
guys
dive,
are
dive,
free.
dive. Or not. That's the movement speed that she got off of her roll.
Awkward. Okay, you live. Diana doing Diana things. Your
Yep,
ult
pretty
is
much.
down. I don't know if you win the duel, but you should.
You got 1 assist off that. It's worth. Wait, can we get all plates before 14 minutes?
Oh, it's gonna be tough to break outer. We've gotten 11 of them so far, though.
Yeah, which is huge. We got 30 seconds.
What do you think about this, Schmerp? Should I let myself get caught?
I don't
I
know.
am an old man looking for
If
my
you wanna
I'm
potato.
trying to get like 1 or 2 more plates.
I should have just let him take that, because it probably would have killed him.
Oh, 100%
Probably.
would've.
Oof.
That was weird. The damage went through, but I didn't get the knockup. I've never had that happen before.
Wait, what? They're going on this. Oh crap. See, that's what I mean. I'm not fully up to where I should be.
Oh crap! I die here.
Yeah.
Unlucky.
Unless heals. Heals.
Let's go.
Good lord.
Let's go.
Aatrox OP.
Get out of here.
Nice.
Get lost.
Way to get carried,
Assist.
Slash, honestly.
Be woo whoop. Be woo whoop.
Oh, Cody's in here.
Wow, that's rude.
I don't think I've seen this kid in ages.
Ouch.
Ouch.
I gotta
Okay.
leave before I get burst down by this Vel'Koz.
Yeah,
True.
I think at this point we can just break into a 1-3-1.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah, you have almost 2 items.
900 more gold, I'll be basically unstoppable if I'm not already unstoppable. I'm afraid they're gonna match me with their duo again, and I still can't quite 2v1 unless I have sums. But you know,
Or I'm there.
well, that wouldn't be a 2v1.
Oh,
Let me take that.
I've got ult for you.
Vel'Koz is missing. He could be coming
I'm
over.
roaming up if you can live.
Oh, the Q.
Can you walk,
Yeah. E?
walk around
You must have E soon.
right here?
Oh, that's
Wow,
unfortunate.
he actually got that back in time.
You should be able to get that Vel'Koz.
I don't think I can. He just has too many abilities.
They're collapsing down here. I can collapse on them.
Well, that's the end of him.
Yeah, he had low health. Don't know why he stuck around.
Nope, I got a tag on this guy.
Oh, they surrendered.
Yeah. Okay.
I just solo killed their Warwick, and I ulted his ult. It's funny. My ults that game were pretty nice.
That was pretty fun, if I'm being honest. Good job, Rhino.
That worked way
Everybody-
better than it should have. Way
Honestly,
better.
Well, no.
Forerunner Rhino. There we go.
Support Senna pairs well with melee carries.
Yeah, I also ganked, so
The big
y'all
one,
got
the big one
killed
I've heard of
shredded.
is Aurelia.
Yeah, I can see that.
I heard Rumble is what a lot of the pros play, But
Yeah, that too.
I just don't really play Rumble, unfortunately.
The thing is, Rumble just has absurd damage. Alrighty. Round 2 with autofill. Honestly, this is actually pretty fun. I haven't
Yeah.
actually been in a team in 5 probably since I was in TDK. And that was a fucking long time ago.
that one was short end. I think you can probably make one more. Just saying.
One more
Actually,
what?
he was gonna leave after one.
Oh. You got
But-
shit to do?
I think he wants to get ahead, probably.
Not me. I got some stuff to do. I gotta upload a thing that I haven't done in a while.
Oh.
I just got crap I've been postponing, but I wanted to play one with the boys.
Alrighty.
Okay,
Well, it
I'll
was
check
fun.
y'all
Glad
later.
you showed.
Logan, what's going on?
What up, dude? How was the game?
So Archie just sent me random bad news that guys, I might be going over to see because my school's been canceled. Also, just Tuesday. I might not be at my.
Oh, well, that's
Okay, we're safe. But I think with this news, Soup should be benched immediately, and we start screaming the key ray.
Yeah. Again, I think that his one game showing here was just because he didn't know.
Like, I have nothing against Soup right now. He played perfectly fine the past few days, but like, I think he'll fully understand that we do want to win, and if he's not able to play with us during finals, then we should just be screwing with the guy who can.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he'll understand. And then, as I say this, he'll probably like write some big hate speech in how free Wi-Fi and Dolphins is the worst organization ever, and we're a bunch of backstabbing liars.
You know what's really funny, actually?
What?
Alex messaged me.
Yeah,
and-
Alex just messaged me too.
Did he message you? He said he was either thinking about the analyst position. I mentioned that a while ago you said we might even take him back as a player.
I was completely fine with that. Honestly, is he still a sub for our team, or is that impossible to do?
I don't think it can be done.
Okay, yeah, so it can't be done. But yeah, so Smenet needs to start doing a key rate immediately. So should I PM Smenet, or do you want to do it? I guess I'll do it.
I had actually DM'd him earlier when I found out Kirel was going to be a free agent.
Oh, okay.
Because I basically just, I literally, so I said, question, how much do you not like playing with Soup Man? And his response was, it's not the greatest experience.
Soup is weird. So, what I like about Mark's playstyle and team play is he micromanages his supports to play how he wants them to play, which I think is actually a good thing. But the problem is a lot of supports think that, oh, you're calling me bad, when it's, no, he's just telling you that how he wants you to play the lane. It's not him calling you bad.
Yeah.
Which is why Drew quit.
Yeah.
Because literally, like, if you would actually listen, he's actually not even being auto line. He'll be like, I need auto right here. Can you auto right here? And then when he don't, he'll say that for time, he'll be a little bit straight. I need you to auto right here. Talking about like Braum passive.
Yeah.
And it's a very true thing, because a lot of people play Braum, and they'll just like play way too passive, even though you can like literally kill instantly at level 2. And so that's a problem. Like, a lot of people think that he's calling them bad, when no, he's just micromanaging how he wants to play lane phase, because he knows he can get a kill if you do what he says.
Right.
And Soup used to trust him, but out of nowhere, Soup just doesn't trust his calls at all, and is actually really bad for the team.
Yeah, that's what I think, because Kirel was like really good on his college team, from what I've been told, because I'm friends with his manager as well, independently.
Alright, so then Kirill instantly promoted to main roster. Thankfully Soup has actually taught us ahead of time this time, unlike the past 2 fucking times.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Somebody else wants me to hop in a staff call. I will be. I'm gonna have to go for that.
I do want to tell you one thing that's actually really funny, really fast.
Sure.
Me and Archie are flaming the fuck out of the caster you got for the team.
Which one?
I'll tell you who and why, and it's actually for a justified reason. The guy who is, fuck, his name's like running or something. Let me scroll up. Basically, long story short, when he was casting for this 1 week, he was like giga fucking rude and like super fucking toxic. Like really unprofessional. Like he uses like the word trolling every 2 fucking seconds, and then like when one game was over, he literally says, "Dude, I want you to know your build was not good. All because you won doesn't mean you're good." And he says that literally live on stream.
Jeez.
Like it was the most rude, toxic behavior I've ever seen from a streamer. Like if you did that in ABL or fucking Nightfall, you get fired instantly.
All right. Curella's down to start.
Okay. Wait. Holy shit. I actually want to tell you him because I actually want you to watch out for him. It's not me being biased, like I genuinely want you to watch out for him. We actually regularly cast in our games.
Okay.
And he also just has a really bad understanding on the meta. Like really, really bad. Where is it? If I take too long, you can leave and I'll just PM him. PM his name to you.
Yeah, just PM it to me. I'm gotta.
Alright, you have a good one.
All right, man. Yo.
Hi.
What up, dude?
So, the important thing I want to talk to you about, sorry about annoying you about it constantly. Since our esports got canceled at our school for the remainder of the season, Willis can do anything. We have this
We actually
ADC.
our support literally just said that he has to that because his college is closed, he's going back home and will not have access to basically gaming.
Okay, so you need a support?
We literally I just told Karel he's starting, and that's why I was on the call with coach about.
Okay. The thing is also, which I know Willis will tell you about a lot. We have this ADC on our team, Pete. I can vouch for him. Willis will vouch for him. Probably the best ADC I've ever seen or played with.
What do you know?
He's currently Diamond 3. He's peaked at Diamond 2.
Okay.
He's very, very good. Like and he's a shot caller for our school team. Like he was very good. He was one of the key components of our team, probably the most important. The other option I was possibly going to bring up, if you didn't have any spots for any of them, was I could see about bringing the entire school team to here if we could have a second diamond.
I'd 100%. I'd actually. Oh crap. Well, I need Karel though.
Yeah,
I need Karel at least through the end of this tournament.
Are you like mid tournament right now?
Yeah, we're in LHG.
Okay.
I think playoffs start in like 2 weeks.
Oh shit. Okay.
We're 4-3, so we're kind of still jockeying for our spot, which is why this is so important.
Yeah, I know Willis will definitely play for you guys, so that won't be an issue. If we would bring in our school team as a diamond team, I don't know if all of them would. I know our mid laner Harry, from what I understand, he might have to go back to Korea, so
Okay.
I don't know if he could play. I don't know what our jungler would do because our jungler used to be a mid laner, and I don't know if our top laner.
What do you lose your jungler?
He was Diamond 4 currently. I think he's like Plat 3 or Plat 2.
Can we pick him up for ARL?
I could ask Dan. Dan is pretty fucking toxic. Him and Soul would go at it pretty hard.
Oh, okay, because here's the thing. So we have Zinni, Sol, you, and Bori.
Okay.
So Zinni can play top or jungle, depending. And
I asked Pocket if he'd be
Solarian said that he would play top if we found a good mid laner.
Okay.
I did try. I tried Monchek. Monchek was a
Okay.
no.
Okay, that's what I was gonna ask.
Slash is toxic, but I don't know if you could have two Solarians
If
on
we're
one
gonna
team.
get a mid laner, I would ask Dan honestly to play mid, because he is more of a mid laner than he is a jungler. He's a big Yasuo player, and if he plays jungle, he plays just like Tarzan.
Okay.
So I don't know how that would work with our team. He's a good player, don't get me wrong, but he has a bit of an attitude, sure.
Okay.
But yeah, do you guys like want to pick up a new ADC for the Diamond team?
So the only problem is this tournament currently has us roster locked.
Okay.
Kiro was already on the roster as a sub, which is why this is literally perfect.
Yeah. What about for future leagues? Because I know ZGG Diamond, wouldn't that be starting up soon?
Yeah. So basically, we could restructure the rosters. Actually, it wouldn't be that hard. Once LHG ends, to go ahead and just split off into 2 Diamond teams.
Okay.
I'm actually wondering. I don't want to pull our. I don't want to spread our resources too thin. But I kind of want to use Kirel as a coach again, maybe for the ARL team, because he's already worked with Sol. He's already worked with you.
He'd probably be down for that.
Okay. And that would be Sundays, which the Diamond team currently doesn't have anything scheduled for.
He doesn't have much to do, so I'm pretty sure he'd be fine with that.
Okay, so I'll talk to him about that as well. Rutledge informed me that another team dropped, so ARL's getting delayed again, but honestly, since you guys are going to have time now, this just gives us time to scrim.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm not as worried about it. Honestly, I mean, I'm going to look for competitions for you guys, but I kind of want you guys to, like, have fun with this.
Yeah.
Because honestly, I like this lineup a lot because it's all people that I trust.
Yeah.
I'm just going to
For
include
sure.
Pocket Pick for now. If he says he can't play, then he says he can't
I
play.
asked him, he said that he can. I said,
Okay.
I don't know what we're doing yet, but we may be interested in having you for Active Rush League if you want to play. And he said, yeah, be
Okay.
down.
At which point, we still need technically need a solo laner. Actually, what if we got Archie?
Ooh. That's good. That's a good pickup. Archie would be great. I love Archie.
Okay. Only thing is he is currently starting for the Diamond team, so his availability would be sketchy at best, which kind of depends on if we want it to be like a... Oh no, you said... Talk to... crap. We still need to figure our solo lane situation, because I just don't want to spread Archie too thin, because he's already playing 4 days a week for Diamond team, because that's their schedule.
Yeah. I could look around for stuff.
Okay, because I put out a post earlier, and I have not found anything. Slim pickings these days, I tell you what.
Yeah.
Shang said he might be down, but I know his availability is also kind of crap, and Shang's not the best top laner in the world, so in a D4 cap league, he might, like...
Yeah, I'd be fine with having him as a sub, but
Yeah, I mean, we can load up a sub roster just with people that are already around and, like, make that convincing.
I'm looking at his profile right now. If Dan from the school team, if he wanted to play,
Be down to try it.
his rank last season, he finished Plat 2, and he's currently Plat 4. To be honest, this is not his first account. He's had many accounts that were permabanned. He was definitely Diamond 4 and Diamond 3 in the past.
Okay.
Did not finish at Diamond 3. He was like Diamond 3 for like a day and then D-ranked. He was definitely D4. He has a second account, but it's pretty much the same rank. Yeah, like, that's up to you. I definitely run it by him and see if he wants to play.
Okay.
I don't know if he would play. Depends, I guess. I don't know.
Okay.
It's a D4 cap league, right?
Yeah.
Okay, fuck. That makes it tough, but You forget then. But yeah, my whole main thing I want to talk to you about was because of my friend Pete. Monchek's played with Pete before in Clash. So if you ever also want to ask Monchek about that,
Oh wait a minute. You said Pete plays. Oh crap, he's D3. If he wasn't D3, dang, we could put you jungle. And put Zinni top. Put
yeah.
Soul mid.
So I believe I could be wrong with this, but I'm pretty sure he's peaked. So he peaked D2. I know for a fact he was about to be in promos for D1, or he was in promos. I know he also played mid on an alt account and hit D2.
Okay.
Um,
So that definitely
so
wouldn't
there
work.
are options, but ADC is his main role, and that's what he wants to play.
Okay.
He's someone I would definitely say give him a tryout, because he's to find an ADC that could shot call and to his caliber is very rare.
Yeah, and the thing is that like the current ADC for the Diamond Team, Sminnet, started off as a straight up 1v9 player, and has just been tapering off. But he also we kind of don't like his support.
Is that the guy that's going to be going away?
Yeah.
Okay.
So if Corel can fix bot lane, then I'm gonna be inclined to say that Sminnet's actually 1v9 and he was just being handcuffed by support swap. If he can't return to form because he also did demote to D4, then I'm probably look to replace him.
Okay. That's fair assessment. That is a fair assessment. Yeah, and that's all I got for you right now. If you, I'll find some interest for a mid laner or a top laner or a jungler, whatever, for active Rush League. I'll probably focus on mid lane. If we can find one that's that much better than Soul to make him go top. But yeah.
Okay.
I'm also gonna run by my friend Jimmy. He peaked D4 last season, I'm pretty sure. He was on the school team. That guy is a 1v9 monster. If he can play on the active rush team, I don't think he will, but if he can, he would be a massive pickup. He's actually insane. He's probably the best player on our school roster, in my opinion.
Who is it?
It's this top laner Jimmy. His name is the Sorry.
Oh, is that the Aatrox guy?
Yes.
Okay,
Exactly.
you told me about him before, yeah.
Yeah, he's insane. There's no way around it.
Because we do need a top laner.
Okay.
If we if we could have Jimmy top, Zinni jungle, Soul mid with you and Bori bot lane, that'd be insane.
Yeah, if we have Jimmy, that'd be god tier. I don't think Felix could play. If we have Felix, that'd be even better. That guy was Grandmaster in China.
That'd be
but
hilarious.
I don't think he could play. I'm gonna try my best for Jimmy, but again, he doesn't do much outside of school things, so that'll be a stretch.
Okay.
But I will see what I can do. Yeah. Outside of that, not much going on in the league or anything. And
Actually, so Tim just found out that his availability is going to tank because of his work.
Who's available?
Or not Tim, who am I saying? Namid.
Okay.
Would you be willing to step in and help with the silver team where he needs it? Would that make you want to shoot yourself too much?
I could do silver, yeah. I have time now.
Okay.
I don't know if you saw what I said earlier, but all my classes are online for the rest of the semester. So, I have time to pretty much do anything.
Okay.
Whatever you guys need me for the next, like, 2 months, or actually probably for longer, I'm down for.
Yeah, well, I'm glad because you and Corella are so helpful when I have you guys around. I mean,
Yeah.
we managed, but having you guys back in the fold and being active again is really nice.
Yeah, no problem.
Especially if you can help out with the production stuff that we're trying to do now as well.
Okay.
That'd be huge.
I haven't been able to read a lot that gets posted in the production chat and about the website and the Wing King Council. I haven't been able to read a lot of that stuff. Like, the generalization from what I know is like about merch, production. I just know that we're trying to get we have the casting and stuff for are teams that are being covered, and outside of that, I don't know much. So if there's anything else that I could help or needs help, I'm definitely able to do it now.
Okay, awesome. I'm glad, man. We'll be in touch on like assignments and stuff, but that's awesome. I appreciate it.
Puggies. No problem.
All right, I got to dip, man.
Just quickly before you go, about the silver team, do you want me to like let them know tonight that I'm gonna be like quote unquote interim head coach?
DM Namid about it, because I think he would
And-
trust you more than most people, and then he can kind of fill you in on what you're gonna need to do to help him.
Okay,
if
no
that makes
problem.
sense.
Yeah, no problem.
Awesome. Thanks, man.
All right, no problem. Thank you.
Appreciate it. 2, 1. Walk.
Yeah, I was.
Three, two, one. Welcome to the first.